Hello, everyone. Hey, hello, everyone. Thank you so much, guys, for coming. I really appreciate you all. I love you too, Gabriella. I love you too. Welcome, guys. Gabriella, welcome. Thank you so much. Experience Africa. Good to see you. Patayaba, good to see you. Pini TV Media, good to see you. Welcome. Cornelis, my darling husband, good to see you. Welcome. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me. I really do appreciate it. And sorry for the little delay, okay? Welcome, guys. Welcome. Hey. Welcome, guys. How have you been? How is your day going, guys? Hope it's been amazing. It's been awesome. Happy midweek. Let's link up. Eh? Good to see you all. Oh, good Diliwanchi the Mary, welcome. Whoa. My awesome, amazing family. Wanna kiss you well in the morning. Shy. No silly you that I want to. Welcome, guys. Good to see you all. Welcome. Come in. Kindly hit the like button and share out so we have more amazing people joining in on the discussion tonight. Come in, thumbs up and share out the stream. It's gonna be hot tonight. Yeah. See ya. If I don't see your face, yeah. Welcome. Shy. No silly you that I want. It's like the plantain. Wanna kiss you well in the morning. Shy. Yes, smash the like, guys. Smash the like. And don't forget to come and share out. That is the least you can do for me here, okay? Kindly hit the like button. Show me some love, guys. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you so much. I really appreciate every one of you. Thank you. Welcome. Fine Concept TV, good to see you, my welcome. God bless you for joining us tonight. I really do appreciate you, awesome people. I miss you too. I really do miss you too. But I know you've been busy and you're doing so well. This year really started well for you. So I really appreciate you finding time to be with me. Every one of you here, thank you so much. So what are we discussing today? Gender-specific roles. Gender-specific roles for men or for women. And then we are looking at cooking as a case study. You know, in marriage, when two people decide to come together to say they are man and wife, they already know, program their mind, the kind of things to look out for, the kind of woman they want to get married to, what their expectations are, their limits, what they expect from the man or from the woman. From the onset, before a man sets out to marry, he tells himself that, hey, I want to get married to a beautiful woman who knows how to cook, who knows how to sweep, who knows how to clean, who knows how to care for children, who knows how to do this and that. Tanya Brown, my queen, good to see you. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Hey, good to see you. Welcome. Happy midweek. How is Amir? Hope you are doing good. welcome. Don't forget to hit the like, okay? Thank you so much. And then for a woman, she tells herself, look, I need a handsome guy, a caring guy, a loving husband, a trustworthy guy, a faithful guy, someone who's going to be faithful to the vow and all that. We all have our expectations, don't get me wrong. We all know what we want out of marriage even before we get into it. Before we say I do, before we even go, start searching for that man or for that woman, we know what we're looking out for. And when we see that man, when we see that woman, we say yes. That is why out of many people you must have dated, you must have come across or come in contact with, or even have anything with, there is just one person you settle your mind to, you just say, yeah, this is the person. This is the bone of my bone. This is that woman I am looking for. This is that woman that will complete me. This is that woman that will, fulfill everything I desire in a woman. And then for us women, well, out of all this relationship, it's not easy. Your relationship, I've always said it here that it's not easy. When we finally meet that guy who meets all the criteria, that guy who meets the bar that we have set for ourselves, we meet that guy and we say, yes, out of all these guys, there is just one person, and this guy is the person. Finally, I have peace. Finally, I'm at peace with this person. Finally, I found that guy that completes me, that guy that is everything that I am looking out for. And then we walk down the aisles. So when you meet that person in the course of the relationship, you begin to ask questions. You begin to, in the course of the courtship, you begin to ask questions. Hey, what are your expectations? What are you good at? What do you like? And then, it's vice versa. Why the man is asking, the woman is equally asking, and also trying to find out what is expected from both of them before they walk down the aisle. Now, men basically, we know a lot of guys they want a woman who can cook, because I've had a number of them say this. Specifically, I want a woman who can cook native food, my local food, a woman who understands my taste bud, a woman who can give me everything I want. When it comes to food, she must be good looking, she must know how to cook, she must know how to clean the house and all that. They give you their, everything, and then yes, for we women. But now the question is this: is cooking really a gender-specific role or a surviving skill? I've had people say it's a surviving skill. I've had a lot of women say it is a surviving skill. Every man must equally learn how to cook. Every man must know how to cook. Of course, we all agree with that, because before you get married, you must have been eating something, guys, isn't it? We all must have been eating. I mean, guys, before you got married, were you not eating? Were you just buying food? While you were, with your parents, were you not even picking up anything from the woman? Must it just be a woman that learns all those things? Even after marriage, some people still go to develop this cooking skill so that they will be able to, satisfy their taste bud. So while we are this, one Mr. Mazi Ifeanyi, okay, Mazi, let me remove Mr. because Mr. is not an Igbo name. Mazi Ifeanyi took to Twitter this morning and he tweeted. I'm going to be specific with what he tweeted, okay? I'm going to be specific with what he tweeted. He said, let me read out what he said. He said, he is quite selective when it comes to food. So any woman he wants to get married to must know how to cook. Not just knowing how to cook, but there is a clause there. The woman must learn from his mother. Let me just go to his tweet directly. Guys, this is just going to, yeah, Tanya said it's a surviving skill. Thank you so much, Tanya. Let me read out what Mazi wrote that got people saying, this guy looks like something is wrong with you. He said, he said, I am quite selective when it comes to the food I eat. Any woman I would marry any woman I would marry, I will marry, have to go stay with my mother or my sister for like 4 months. To do what? To learn how to prepare my food and know my preferences. Any woman who isn't ready to learn from my mom can't be my wife. Oops, right? AE29 Gorgeous, good to see you. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you, Queen. And then he went further to say, these are the reasons marriages of the old last longer than modern days. Women treat men as their kings and worship them. Oh, somebody say hallelujah. Somebody say hallelujah here. Women treat their husbands like kings and worship them. My Lord and my husband, the honor of me, Olowori me, the crown of my head, and all that. Kábíyèsí, ha! Kábíyèsí, my husband, my king, my lord, onye nwemo, edinanomo. Hey, what other names? So back in the days, this guy is saying women practically worship their husbands, and that was why their marriages lasted longer than today. Because according to him, that means that today's women don't know how to worship their husbands. They don't know how to win over their husbands. That is why our marriages are crashing left, right, and center. And we don't even know how to cook, like understand our husband's preferences, knowing what he wants to eat, knowing what he loves to eat, knowing what his taste bud wants, knowing what his heart desires, because that is why they say that the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. So ladies, let's go ahead and begin to feed our men. Let's go ahead. Thank you. Yeah, not if it is not appreciated. Yeah, it works both ways. Thank you so much. And now, you see, somebody replied, of course you trust Twitter children. Social media didn't take it lightly. Many came with their cutlasses, others came with 2x2, some came with every kind of weapon you can think about, and they call like, oops, who is that man spewing all this? Who is that man that has the effrontery, the guts to ask a woman to go stay with his mother for 4 months so she can learn how to cook to satisfy his taste bud? And Delicious Kitchen, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So this man is saying, look, it's not just you either go stay with my mother or my sisters, so you can learn my preference, so you can understand what I want, so you can understand how to serve me well in the kitchen, so you know what a king wants, and you give it to him. Now, I'm going to read out some of the comments that he got, the backlash that he got from Twitter, Instagram, and of course, all social media platforms. Now, when he made that, someone said, I think you should learn from them and teach your wife on how you want your things to be. You have to go be the one to learn from your mother. So you teach your wife, because you grew up with your mother. You grew up with your mother and your sister. You must have watched them cook. So you better learn from them. So when you get married to a woman who doesn't know how to cook very well or understand your preference, you can teach her. For instance, we have intertribal marriages, we have interracial marriages, and let's say an Hausa guy who decides to marry an Igbo person. Of course, the Igbo woman will learn, and where is she going to learn? She will have to go live with the man's mother in order to learn. Is that what this guy is insinuating? So you must go. So what happens to the man saying, look, I love offense sala, or me and cook as a Hausa man? Or let's even use an Igbo man, because the person, Mazi, who made this statement, okay? Mazi, the Igbo man who made this statement is Mazi Ifeanyi. Let's say, for instance, Mazi likes akpu, he likes fufu, and also onubu, bitter leaf soup. That is one of our special delicacies. And he gets married to a Yoruba woman, an Ofe Mano, of course, like we call them. They call us Nyamiri, or they call us Ofe Miriam. So we say, okay, my wife, you have to travel to Anambra or Enugu to go learn how to cook from my mother or my sister. Don't you think that is the beginning of battle between mother-in-law and daughter-in-law, even before they, tie the knot? Yeah, 829 say, yes, so that sounds good. Let the man learn and teach the wife. And then the guy replied to this lady that made this comment. He said, a man teaching a woman how to cook, like he's asking, are you trying to say a man will have to learn and teach a woman how to cook? That's taboo. Oops. That is like asiwokwa, like taboo. A man has no business with the kitchen. And when he made this last statement, OMG, people came for him seriously. Olufunke, my beautiful queen, welcome. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Now, yes, Senegalese and America, two different cultures. Food is different. Absolutely. And now, for instance, Tanya Brown, your hubby will be expecting you travel down to Senegal and go learn how to make some of that delicious delicacy rather than him teaching you over here in America. How is that even possible? And this man is saying, if you can't go to my mother or my sister to learn how to cook, forget about the marriage. It's not going to work out, no matter how long they have been dating. Now, I love what some people answered him. Now, let us read the comment. Yeah, that's strange. Yeah, that's really strange. Oh, yo, Wanyama, good to see you. Thank you so much. He knows how to cook. That's awesome. That's amazing. Now, somebody say, truth is, there are some women out there that will be willing to go live with his mom and learn how to cook for him. I pray he finds what he wants, what he's looking for, and not subject an innocent, unwilling woman to his madness. A woman, instead of forcing somebody, make sure you get the consent. Make sure the woman agrees to these clauses that she will have to, because there are women who, of course, who wouldn't mind doing such. There are women who wouldn't mind going live with the mother. So I'm here. Hello, everyone. This is Spicy Top, and I'm here with my mother-in-law to be. She's here to teach me how to prepare ofe nubu so that my husband to be, can cherish all my cookings. So, guys, join me as we go on this learning skill, as we go on learning how to prepare fufu and ofe nubu for my Anambra husband. So join us, okay? So that's what this lady is saying. There are people who are willing to go live to learn from his mother, but you should make sure the woman is willing and not force her, not subject her, because this has to come willingly. You don't force a woman to go there. And I'm coming to, with my own opinion on this. Okay, thank you so much. Now, and someone else says he should also spend 4 months. He should also spend 4 months with the woman's parents to learn how to treat their daughter as a queen. Isn't that interesting? So I think it's about time, since we all want to be crazy, since we all want something good from our partners. So the man, while he's expecting the wife to go be with his mother-in-law and learn how to cook so she can take care of him very well, his stomach, feed him very well. The man himself should equally go and learn, go to the lady's parents' house, better still, to his father, to her father, and learn how to treat a woman right, just like the father has been treating her mother. That makes sense. Using space, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you guys. I hope that only those who really want to marry will heed to this call. Absolutely, to his call. Absolutely. Let it be those who are willing to marry and those who are willing to go that extra mile. Those who want to go extra mile to learn from his mother or from his sister. It shouldn't just be you meet a woman after wasting all her time 5 years into the relationship, like fancy, and then you wake up one day telling her that, look, sweet, now that we're preparing for marriage after 5 years of dating, I think it's about time you go take a 4 months course, cooking course from my mother, so that when you graduate and write the exams, we can now walk down the aisle together as husband and wife. I mean, that that is what it should be. African women should know how to cook, period, unless if she is not ready to be married to an African man. Now, I want to finish with some of the comments here. Thank you so much, Queen. Somebody said, dear God, protect me from a man like this. This control eventually turns to abuse, especially if he can't even help someone he says he loves. Now, but this guy is actually saying my mind. No one makes egusi the way my mom and my sister does it. This is a man saying it. No woman on earth, no other person, not you, not I, no matter how much you know how to cook, you can't make egusi soup like the way his mother does. So the woman he will marry, of course, must go learn how to make egusi soup from his mother in order to be perfect when it comes to making this recipe. So now someone said something that really got me, and he, of course, he got some backlash. He said, my dad can't cook, and that's the only thing you can punish him with. He said his sons must learn. That's how I fell in love with cooking. If she's willing to learn, I can teach or pay for her to learn. I can't eat badly cooked food. I am sentenced to eating tasty meals. Plus, I enjoy homemade meals than eating out. I totally understand his point of view with taboo, which is parental failure in child raising. It is fundamental as a child to learn how to cook. Now, that is not even the comment on that I am looking for. Let's see. This particular guy said that he said that his father actually, okay, I've seen it. He said that his father got married to 3 women, and he still enters the kitchen to prepare meals from time to time. This guy got water. And the people were like, how can your father marry 3 women and then still enters the kitchen? That your father must be a mumu or dead for him to enter the kitchen despite having 3 wives. Now, let me go to what Oyoyo said earlier on. Good cooking, I believe personally, is a surviving skill. And every woman, especially African woman, must learn how to cook, giving. But let us even look at it. Not every woman is raised by their mother or their sisters. There are some who are orphaned right from childhood. Some didn't grow up, they didn't spend time with their mother. Some were raised by orphanage homes. Some grew up with their grandmother or even any other person. So they never really got this skill, learned this skill from their mother. So you don't expect those women to be perfect or learn how to cook perfectly from their mother. But again, a woman growing up, as you become a grown woman, you should learn how to cook, giving. That one, I'm not going to be woke enough to say, no, if you can't cook, no big deal. In as much as we know that cooking is a surviving skill. Is a surviving skill because before a man gets married, he must have lived independently away from his parents. He must have been feeding himself, except for those white ones who have been buying food, maybe since they left their home, left at the roof of their parents. They have been buying food from one mama put, from one restaurant, from one joint to the other. So they never bothered even boiling water. Some never really boiled water at all. So it's from their mother. And some women even send food from time to time to their sons, and their sisters come around to make food for them. Giving for those men, honestly, I don't know how they're going to survive. Those men are the kind of men that will never raise a finger to assist a woman in the kitchen. Now, let me read some comments here. I'm coming. And Delicious Kitchen said, one must know how to cook regardless being married or not. You know, African men depend on their meals from women, and so when they travel outside, it becomes a hustle for them, making them but fish and chips oftentimes, making them eat fish and chips all the time, and some of them end up eating only junks when they leave the confine of their home or even country, sojourning into a new land. So some of them just consume snacks, junks, sodas, and all that because they never learned how to cook. They believe that cooking is a woman thing. Cooking is a woman thing. So let me see what Okodili said. Yeah, he said, Yoruba people are good with their cultures. That is why this will not be a problem to them, except Igbo women. Why are you attacking my tribe? This is not fair. This is not fair. But see, seriously, not just there are Yoruba people that know. Igbo women know how to cook. And of course, I trust my Igbo women. When it comes to cooking, they are very, very good at that. And they give their husbands the best meal. Same goes with the Hausa women and all that. But the problem I have now, the bone of contention of which I'm throwing out to you guys here. Do you think it makes sense for a man to totally say his wife-to-be must go to his mother-in-law to go learn how to cook? There are catering schools out there. There are people who just all they do now is to teach young ladies, young guys how to cook. It is their business, it is their career right now. So I believe that a woman can learn. All a man needs to maybe tell her is, sweetheart, you know, these are my preferences when it comes to native delicacies. These are the kind of foods I relish. These are the kind of foods I love eating. So if you wouldn't mind, since you don't know how to prepare this meal, I would want you to take a course. You know, go to social catering school. They can both check online and see the catering schools, or where they can learn, where the both of them can, even if the man is too busy, where he can enroll her, or where she can go enroll herself and learn how to prepare these specific meals that he cherished so much. Because when a young lady, we already know the rivalry between mother-in-laws and daughter-in-laws. When a woman decides to, okay, let me grant his wish, go to his her mother-in-law, and then she begins to learn. Before you know, they begin to have problems. They are not married yet, remember? And she's going to be there for 4 good months. For me, this is just to the extreme. This is an extreme demand by a man. I am in support of a woman learning how to cook if she doesn't know how to cook. I'm in support of a woman doing anything to learn how to cook and take care of her family, take care of her husband and her children, because of course the children will not starve. They will eat, and you can, as a woman, as a married woman, you can be feeding your children junk. But forcing her or asking a woman to go be with his mother for 4 months in order to learn all these delicacies is just asking for too much. Now, guys, let me tell you what this guy said. I have personally experienced it. I've personally encountered this kind of men. Okay, my husband is here, and I've told him the story. My first boyfriend back then, who was the first, we dated for some years, and I was still very young, very naive and all that. And in the course of the relationship, when he finally told his mother that he wants to marry me, and I'm from Anambra State, he is from Abia State, and he wants to marry me now, I was still very young. I haven't even gone to high institution, still with my parents, helping my parents to run their business. So he said the mother told him that I have to cut this same 4 months. I don't know what it is. If we check very well, Mazi may be from Abia State. Mazi may even be from Abia State. So that's not that. The Mazi may even be from Abia State. And then he said the mother told him that he should tell me to come over, that I will have to come to Abia State and spend 4 months with her to learn how to cook. Not just cooking, but to equally learn how to take care of her son. Guys, you know the funny thing? The business my parents run is a restaurant business, and we prepare only local delicacies. So imagine, this is the business I grew up in. This is a business I have been running with my parents for years. And the mother knows fully well that my parents own a restaurant, and this is our family business. So she is not asking that I come over to learn. What is that meal that she thinks I can prepare? This same guy comes over to our restaurant and enjoys all my cooking. He has never complained about me not cooking well, and I still help him cook. Yes, I did all that as a young lady, you know, but I was in love with him then. I asked him, I said, how is it even possible? What do I tell my parents? How do I go spend 4 months with your mother just to learn how to cook and take care of you? You know me too well. You know I was properly raised. You know my parents did their best. You know I'm a good wife material. You know I can take care of you. I can do everything as a wife to be. So why do I have to tell your mother that everything you know, everything you love to eat, I can prepare them? And he told the mother insisted. Now, guys, the mother insisted that I must come, and that is the only ground she will accept me as a daughter-in-law. You see the setup? You see where problem began from? And this is the problem a lot of young ladies are having. When a mother-in-law, begin to make demands before even the woman coming home, or a man begins to make demands of the woman he wants to marry just to please his mother. And I told him, I said, I can't even bring myself to tell my parents this. I can't tell my mother this, that I want to go be with a guy I'm not married to. Just go be with his mother for 4 months to learn how to. What is that delicacy? And that was where my problem and my mother-in-law to be then started from. That was where it emanated from. And she said no to that relationship, no to that marriage. And of course, we started having problems. Before you say, Jack, we couldn't stay together anymore, and we parted ways. To God be the glory. So let me read some comments here. Olufunke say, actually, my mom didn't teach me how to cook. I was the last born and never did anything growing up. I just decided to be responsible on my own. God bless you, Queen. You never learned this from your mother, but on your own, you went out to learn. You started learning how to prepare certain delicacies. Today is even easy on YouTube. Just Google, and Delicious Kitchen is here. Oyoyo's one. Oyoyo has the Oyoyo Ndoki's kitchen. There are a lot of cooking channels out there, of which you just go how to make ofe nsala, Anambra ofe nsala. If you want Anambra ofe nsala, just be specific. You find it on YouTube. How to make this, you find it on YouTube. So do I really need to transport myself from one state to the other just to learn how to cook when I can easily learn that from the comfort of my room? Or you say catering schools, okay. Now come, let an American woman teach you how to make or bitalisu. If the guy is an American, let's say, how is that even going to work out? How is that even going to work out? Yes, so yeah, thank you. I'm Delicious. This is a couples in abroad need to both cook. Most know how life out here is, and so a helping hand is much needed. Absolutely. Ujunwa Anyoma, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate you. Yeah, thank you. God bless you for coming. Guys, don't forget to hit the like, okay? Don't forget to hit the like. Yeah, host, your ex and his mother were not serious. In fact, I couldn't bring myself to tell my mom this, because the kind of igbeti, the kind of slap or lanty that my mother would give to me, I wouldn't even have mouth to even say I'm in love anymore. That love will just vanish. Yeah, our parents taught us how to receive cucumber, but see how most people are expert. Okay. In that field, okay, maybe it's about time, guys, say go and meet my mother. Let her teach you how to practice this style, how to do this style in the bedroom. Is it just cooking? There are a lot of things we never learned from our mothers. Neither would we learn it anyway. On our own, we sat down and research this thing. I sit down and I research different styles. I sit down and I research how different delicacies. I sit down and I research how to take care of my husband and my home. So do I need to really go? Do you really need to go be with her in order to learn? That is serious setup in that marriage. They are setting them up for failure from the onset. It's a setup. Yeah, that was an excuse for the marriage not to take place. Yes, that was an excuse, maybe by the mother. But what if I had accepted Collins? What if I had accepted the proposal to go be with his mother for 4 months and learn how to make this delicacy? Don't you think that that wouldn't have been any way for him to escape this? Joseph, Aya, good to see you. Welcome. Thank you so much. I hope I didn't come late. No, Joseph, you didn't. Good to see you. Welcome. Thank you. Please kindly hit the like. So, guys, tell me, this specific roles that men have relegated to women, like cooking, washing, taking care of the house, raising the children, doing everything, must it just be gender specific, like just for women alone? Why is this so hard for men to admit that they equally have to learn this, even though we women, maybe because we stay at home more to take care of the children and do certain things. Africa, actually, our upbringing taught us to do certain all these things we know. But it shouldn't be a must that a man shouldn't learn any of this, and it must be a woman. There comes a time a man will have to help his wife out, even if your wife has been doing everything. Lumsy, so it's good to see you. Welcome, Queen. Thank you so much. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Ujunwa says, oh, she didn't just want to know whether you know how to cook. She wanted to know whether you are a wife material and suitable for her son. You are so on point. She wanted to know if this Anambra girl, you know, they say Anambra women now wanya too much. So being from Abia, she wanted to know if this Anambra woman has her eyes reached here. Is she going to make a good wife? Is she the kind of woman I can control? Is it the kind of woman that would respect me as a mother-in-law? She the kind of woman that would do everything to please me and please my son, or take care of my son and all those things. So maybe it's not just cooking, but she said to learn how to, yes, she said to learn how to cook their delicacies and to take care of her son. And I'm wondering, so my mother didn't teach me how to take care of her mom. I didn't learn anything from my mother. Watching her take care of my father, I didn't learn anything. My mother-in-law had to be the one to teach me those things. And I just zeroed my mind. It was a wasted years. Guys, I don't even want to mention how many years I spent in that relationship. It broke my heart. God, it shattered my heart. It scattered my heart. I cried and cried. But thank God, I got over the heartbreak. I moved on. I am married. He is married, and we are both happy. What I don't know is if the woman he married now really went to be with the mother for that 4 months in order to learn how to take care of him. I don't know that. I really appreciate you guys. So let me know. God love to say in a very noisy, okay, I'm in a very noisy environment that I'll be following the chat. Okay, no problem. Yeah, Angelicious Kitchen said that. Does the younger generation really care about their women knowing how to cook or not? I think back in the day, it was a big deal. But now, kindly correct me if I am wrong. No, you are not wrong, and Delicious Kitchen. I remember back in the days, before when a woman is about getting married, mother calls her in, begin to prepare. In fact, they begin to prepare the girl child right from childhood. You know, in fact, they will even hammer it on your head. You know, you're a woman. You do anything wrong. So is this how you're going to cook in your husband's house? Or can you say silly digging me? So this is what you're going to do in your husband's house. You are going to make watery soup for him. Or so you know all you will learn now is how to fill the pot of soup with salt. You don't know how to cook. You want to go and disgrace me in your husband's house. You sweep, you don't sweep very well. Hey, so this is how you're going to go disgrace me in your husband's house. So right from childhood, girl child is, you know, in fact, I don't even have to, they hammer us with this. We must learn everything for our husband, everything for our husband, everything for the husband's house. That is why some of us, whether we like it or not, learned how to do certain things while with our parents. So it was so easy for us when we got married to actually do some of these things, whether the man helps out or not. Some of us are lucky to have men who still help out, despite knowing fully whether, yes, we can do some of these things without even asking. From childhood, Ifeoma, there's a chance. Even when your brother is playing football, they will not call the boy child to come and learn how to cook in the kitchen. So, Aunt Delicious Kitchen, you are so right. Right from childhood, our mothers prepare us for this. Right from childhood, they make sure we learn how to care for the home, how to raise the, you know, how to take care of our husbands, how to take care of the home front, how to prepare certain meals. And when you make a mistake, the first thing you're going to hear, so when you marry, this is what you're going to do in your husband's house. That is the first thing you hear, apart from the slap, maybe. So when you marry, you're going to let, this is what you're going to cook, watery soup. At your age, you can't cook. Your mates are married. You are here still learning how to cook. So it is something that is drummed down, you know, into us right from childhood. So deliberately, our parents make sure. And today there is this part of Nigeria in the middle belt, when a woman, a young lady is getting married, the Calabas, yes, the Calabas, they prepare a woman very well before she gets married, or especially on how to cook and take care of her husband. So whether the woman learned it from her mother or not, when she's getting married, the women, the community women will gather around. They must teach her. They keep her in fattening room and prepare her well, teach her how to prepare certain delicacies. So those women are really prepared on how to take care of their husbands and how to cook. Nobody's sending her. Nobody's sending any woman to go be with mother-in-law or father-in-law. Nobody's sending anyone to go learn how to prepare anything. Joseph says that that's why I will always advise that single guys to always invite their girl home once in a while to know if she is doing it in that aspect. Yes, that is also good. Beth, wow, Moses, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you all. Thank you. I don't just want beauty alone, but beauty with sense. Absolutely, you are so right. Love to say, responsibility have changed hands these days. So cooking should change hands, I beg. So it shouldn't be just women who learn how to cook. Men should equally. Let's even say when a woman puts to bed, fine, a woman has been doing all this. A woman has been cooking, taking care of the home front, doing all she can to be a good wife. Wife material, 1,000,000 yards. What happens when she puts to bed? And there is no one, especially some of us living abroad. What happens when we put to bed? What happens when we are sick? What happens when we are down? What happens when we have issues or one challenges or the other? When we are not home to prepare those meals, is the man gonna starve? Will the man starve? The answer is no. The man must find a way. Either he will find a way to prepare whatever he can eat, or he will patronize kitchens, patronize eateries, restaurants, isn't it? So if a woman is off the kitchen for 2 weeks, that means the man will not eat his best delicacies for that period of time. He will have to manage. So this is the reason why we're looking at men equally learning. It is not just the woman learning. It's not just the woman knowing how to cook. Even if the woman knows how to cook very well, the man knows how to cook. Once in a while, helping out the woman in the kitchen. Once in a while, showing her your best delicacies. Once in a while, surprising her with the best delicacies. Once in a while, letting her take a rest while you treat her to her favorite meals. It's not going to cost an arm, neither is it going to cost a leg for a man to treat a woman, for a man to equally know how to cook. And this is the problem we're having today. I know that a lot of women are beginning to abuse this. There are women out there who don't know how to cook, and they don't care whether they know how to cook or not. They don't care if they get married and if they can satisfy their husband's taste bud or not. All they know is they have kitchens where they can easily buy up food. And today's guys, some of them are saying they don't mind that women buying food, while others are saying that, look, how can I get married and still patronize kitchens? I've been eating from restaurants. I've been buying food. I've been buying bulk food in bulk, you know, stocking the freezer. So now that I'm married, why would I allow my wife continue buying food in bulk when she can easily learn how to cook? Some men are willing to send their wives to catering schools. But these women are saying, look, I don't have to cook. I don't have to. We both have to do it if at all I'm going to do it. Some women don't care. Look, trust me, I'm not going to be woke enough to say a woman shouldn't cook, or if she can't cook, she should continue patronizing kitchen. What happens if that kitchen folds up? You look for another kitchen. What happens if they don't have good hygiene, good cooking hygiene, and then you end up having food poisoning? Women are not looking at that. In as much as I know that cooking is something every woman who intends to get married should know how to do, should learn how to. It shouldn't just be left for the woman alone. Let me read what, Anne said, there was this story I heard a few years ago. Two couples decided to marry, and the 19th hit us, and so before the COVID-19 hit us, and before the marriage, the man asked the woman to cook for him, not knowing that she can't cook. So what happened? So the marriage was called off. OMG, man, that guy is serious. That guy is not joking. My mom did not do this. We focused on education and being able to take care of myself. Then my mom taught me to cook. My mom and dad worked together. My dad cannot cook, but my mom did. But he helped out, and that is so nice. Okay, Queen, no problem. I'm gonna be dropping my link now, guys. I want you to come in on this discussion. Let us rub minds together on this, on why some guys think it is important for the woman they want to marry to go be with their mother and learn how to cook for 4 months, even if it's 1 month, before they can even accept to be Mr. Husband. Are men this scarce these days? Husband materials, are they really this scarce that, I mean, we women have to be subjected to this with YouTube here and Instagram and even catering schools? We still have to go be with mother-in-law to learn how to take care of one odogu. Okay, spicy place, I'll be leaving now. I'm heading home. Okay, no problem. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. It's time to work together. Also, women are working jobs too. And this is it. Women are equally working, not just the men. These days, some people do 50-50. A woman goes to work. The man equally goes to work. They both come back tired. Sometimes the man comes back home before the woman. And then the woman is expected to do all the work. Even if she's tired, she will still take care of the children. She will cook. She will take care of the home. What does the man do aside going to work when they still split bills? When there is still 50-50 there? Ujunwayoma said, men at one time or the other lived alone. I wonder how they survived. They were drinking only gari. These men were drinking only gari. They were busy, maybe taking only tea, eating only snacks, drinking soda. You know, as soon as some men marry, even if they know how to cook, it ends there. Thank you. You see this one, guys? This is pure truth. Even the guys who know how to cook, the moment they say I do, they wash their hands and their legs, dust it. Anything that concerns kitchen is no longer their business because they are now married. Even if the woman is screaming her death from morning till night, she has to cook. This is so wrong. Even if the woman is not having, let's assume the woman is not even having any issues. The fact that you know how to cook as a man, let us drum this because marriages are packing up. And we don't know what happens behind closed doors. We don't know why marriages are folding up. We don't know why they are crashing. We don't know what happens, what has transpired between couples behind closed doors. We only hear on social media. Some of these could be the reasons. A woman can get tired. When she's tired, as a man, the fact that you're married doesn't stop you from cooking once in a while. What does it take to bake a pot of rice? What does it cost to make stew? Or even make your own delicious stew, your own soup, your own native soup that you have been preparing for a long time? Yeah, okay, Mommy Fechi, good to see you, Mommy. Well, hey, thank you so much, hello, host and everyone. Thank you, Mommy, good to see you. Yeah, who do we have in here? Oh, Ujunwa Nyoma, my beautiful woman of God is here. Wanyoma, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
You're glowing.
Omalicha.
You're glowing.
Thank you.
Glowing. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can hear you.
All right.
Thank you.
First and foremost, your mother-in-law, your ex-mother-in-law, she didn't want to teach you to know whether you know how to cook. She actually wanted to know you, this Anambra woman, you know, to know whether you're suitable for her son. You know, during those days, our days, they did it a lot. Because some mother-in-law will say, just bring her, let me see her. But to stay for her for 4 months, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Some will just say,
that's a lot.
Let me see her. Yeah, that's a lot. Let me see her. You know, bring her during weekend or something. But 4 months, in Waraziano, don't you have your own place? And did they pay bride price by then? They haven't paid bride price, huh?
They've not done small thing on my head. It was still relationship. So even the mouth I will use to tell my mother, I got, in fact, I know that the slap I would have received if I've ever opened my mouth to tell my mother.
Exactly. My father will say, Jay, see an Ibo husband, I beg sit down for house. So but during those days, my mom grew up in the north. And when it was time to get married to my dad, after paying the dowry and all that, they had what they call then is it a wedding or who they call it, not godfather or godmother, it's some a person that the couple,
Sponsor.
is it a sponsor? Okay, I don't know what
Yeah,
there's something that
the marriage sponsors. Mm.
my mother called it that time. I've forgotten. So my mother had to stay with that lady to learn how to cook, our native Anambra soup. Growing up in the
Mm.
north, although yeah, her mom taught her some stuff, but
Mm.
this lady, just like my mother told me, taught her how to make the native, the native thing. No, but this is how you
Mm.
do it. This is,
Yeah.
so she learned those, but she was already married, so
Mm.
those days, yes, they used to do it, especially if you did not grow up in the village or you did not grow up in Anambra, you grew up outside of
Mm.
Anambra. Yeah. So but she was married. So that's answered that your first question. Yes, they used to do it then, but 4 months is a lot. uh
Yeah.
no bride price was paid, you were not married, so it wasn't necessary. To me, it wasn't right.
Mm-mm.
But
Mm-mm.
that is that. But coming to gender, whether cooking, it has to be gender related. No.
Mm.
There's some men that are great cook. They can cook, and their wives are enjoying. Like my
Ah.
brother, my younger brother, he loves to cook. Each time he visits, he will take over my kitchen. My he say, I love your kitchen. My brother will cook everything. Any soup, he will cook. He
Mm.
say, I love your kitchen, so I can cook. I say, please cook. And then I'll pile everything, put them in the freezer. When he leaves, at least I'll have a lot. Some men can cook.
Yeah.
And did my mother teach him how to cook? No, I don't know how to learn how he learned how to cook, because we, the ladies, we cooked at home. I don't know, maybe down the
Mm.
road, I don't know how he learned how to cook. But some men can cook. And when it comes to, and it depends, it all has to do with culture. Culture, culture, culture. I'm an Igbo
Mm.
girl. And growing up, just like you said, we were taught how to take care of our men. We were taught how
Yeah.
to cook. We were taught how to sweep. We were taught how to
Mm.
keep the house clean. I remember when I
Mm.
got married, and my husband wanted well, is it upwageda? The plantain
Ikpakpo ogede
upwageda. Okay,
is the old native delicacy. Ikpakpo ogede.
yeah, it's like it's making
They
with
use corn
plantain.
and plantain, right?
Mm-hmm. So my husband
Mm-hmm.
wanted to. She said, "Oh, yeah, can you make upburger?" I'm like, "I don't know what it is. I've tasted it before, but I don't know how to make it." So he laughed. He said, "I thought your mother taught you everything." I said, "Not that one, no. And there are lots of stuff I don't know how to make." I said, and there are lots of other stuff I don't know how to make. And oh God, my husband laughed. He said, "Okay,
You know, like
mm-hmm,
you said, my
mm-hmm.
welcome, AA. Thank you, D, for coming. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Thank you for the thumbs up, guys. Being a carer with cares, welcome. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. AE29 Fashion, thank you. Welcome. I really appreciate you. So, would you talk show one your ma end? You see this thing you said about your brother knowing how to cook and your father. My dad was actually the one that knows how to cook very, very well.
Wow."
My mother, according to the story, my
Mm-hmm.
father told us, my mother doesn't know because he married her very young when she was quite
Oh,
young. At
yeah.
he married her at 16 and
Oh, that's
brought
too
her
young
home.
now. Here, your father will go
Yeah,
to
and
jail
brought her
now.
home. Yeah, he brought her home at 19. He
Oh,
married
okay,
her at
okay,
16. She was still with
okay,
the parents and then
okay.
brought her home as his wife at 19.
All right, okay.
So she was still very young, of course, but he learned how to cook very well because
Wow.
according to my grandmother taught him how to cook. He was the first, my father is the firstborn. So my
Mm-hmm.
grandmother took time to teach him how to cook very, very well. Their last
Yeah.
born is a woman. No, second to the last born is a woman. So there are about 4 guys before the last born, which
Mm-hmm.
second to the last, which is a woman. So he learned how to cook very early. So when he married my mother, she didn't know how to cook some of this food very well. He was the one that taught her. When we even set up restaurant, I was still very young, very, very young, below 10. I remember my father was doing most of the cooking in the restaurant while my mother assisted. You understand? So it wasn't really something like, oh, you're a woman. My mother learned it more from my father. And today, my elder brother is, when it comes to cooking, he loves cooking. He enjoys cooking. In fact, leave him in the kitchen, he will prepare delicious meals. So whenever we have visitors, when I was with him, he will prefer to go to the kitchen. And while the wife does is, your brother is in the kitchen, let me relax and enjoy the meal. So it is an understanding between them. My brother knows that the wife doesn't really know how to cook very well, but he's not complaining because she's making attempts, she's doing her best. But for those delicacies from Anambra, which he learned from my mother, being that we all grew up in a restaurant, he started preparing all those things and he taught her all, how to prepare those delicacies. So it wasn't a challenge because she was willing to learn, but he likes cooking it more instead of her. Like whenever they have visitors, he would prefer to go to the kitchen. So there are men, good men, great men out there who know how to cook, who are good cooks, and they teach their wives. But asking a woman, I know back in the days, women, they do it, sending a woman to go learn how to cook, but it's usually from her mother if she doesn't know how to cook. Usually they send her to go back to learn very well from her mother. I've heard of women who have been bundled back home to go learn how to cook from their mother or from their auntie. But before marriage, asking a woman, and the man is emphasizing that any woman who isn't willing to go learn how to cook from the mother for 4 months can never be his wife. Can never be his wife. So what happens to the man teaching the wife if he knows how to cook? If he knows how to cook very well, should he not be the one teaching the woman instead of setting her up for misunderstanding? Because some mother-in-laws, maybe we all have our way of understanding. Some mother-in-laws may not really have that patience, and the daughter-in-law too may not have the patience enough. The way the woman may teach her may not be something she will really like. Just like men teaching their wives how to drive. Have you seen a man teaching a woman how to drive? Goodness. They always end up fighting. When you look at it now, can't you see? Do it like this, do it like this. No, turn here, turn. It has always brought misunderstanding.
My dear,
so it is usually better to go to a stranger.
He tried teaching me how to drive. It didn't end well. We had to get somebody to. But the thing, coming to what you were saying, that man that told you to that you must learn how to cook from his mother, he didn't know how to cook. That's a plain truth. Why would he send you to the mother? If he knew how to cook, he would have taught you how to cook. Do you understand?
That was then. This one is recent, another man. This one is another man recently asking this, requesting. Yes, on Twitter today, this morning.
Oh, wow. That's funny.
So it made me remember my own case.
That's funny. So are they both in Nigeria?
I don't know where the person who tweeted, but he's an Igbo man. Mazi Ifeanyi is an Igbo man that tweeted this. And
that Mazi settles that. That Mazi. Hey, and this kind of Mazi will be the one after cooking. I know you can't cook. You kneel down and serve him his food. The Mazi there. That three Igbo man be Mazi there. The woman can learn how to cook from YouTube. Yeah. Well, it depends on the woman. No, I can't make anybody's decision for them. If she really loves Mazi and wants to spend the rest of her life with Mazi, let her take up the challenge and go. And the mother, I wonder what his mother will teach her. But me, I don't think it's necessary. Yeah. You understand? She has her own mother. Her own mother can teach her. So coming to the part of men cooking, yes, I said it. I wrote it. I dropped a comment there. What happened when at one time or the other, men, some of them lived alone. How did they survive? Did they cook? No. You see what I'm saying? That not all of them will know how to cook, but at least to boil rice and make stew. Do you understand? Boil yam. At least
Mm.
those basic things. They should know how to do it. Because eating out is very expensive. You see?
It is.
Especially when they come to this country and they live alone, of course they are forced to cook. Because how much will you be eat? Do you know how much it costs to eat out?
Then
Do you
that's
understand?
why they eat junks, and some of them endanger their health because they can't eat real food. They don't have a choice other than to keep eating snacks and drinking sodas. You know,
Yeah.
Americans call it soda. In Nigeria, we call it mineral.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, mineral. Coke, Fanta, Sprite, and the rest, 7 Up, Pepsi, and the
Yeah,
rest.
we do. We
So in
call it
Nigeria, we call
soda.
it minerals.
We
They
call
end
it
up
soda here.
eating junks.
It's true.
Hmm?
Very true. So because they are not taught, mothers should teach their boys how to cook, or even it means basic stuff, basic things.
Basic.
Things like, okay, know how to make salad. Okay, know how to boil rice. Know how to make stew.
Mm.
At least stew. If I can stew, you can use stew for with everything. Plantain, rice, yam, all these things,
Beans,
basic ones.
even beans,
Beans,
even
yeah.
beans.
Yeah, I know that my husband is not a fantastic cook, but he tries. He tries. He'll just say, "Oh,
Yeah.
honey, I made stew." I'll be like, "Oh my God, you made stew?" He'll be like,
You
"Yes." I'm like, "Hi, Chineke." But
do you know why I'm laughing? Do you know why I'm laughing?
why?
My husband, of course, he has been alone before we got married, so he has been cooking. So and he would tell me, yeah, I cooked, I cook so well. And I'm like, whoa, thank God I'm married to a man who knows how to cook very well.
Yeah.
And I'm at channel. I was washing my mouth to come and eat the first time. When he made the stew, was like, whoa, the way a woman makes stew is different from the way a man makes stew. So this is his
Exactly.
own
That's my
style.
thing.
He made it his own style. And then
Yes.
Anoromo, see, wait, wow, delicious, nice, fantastic. Oh my
Yeah.
God. But you see, let me tell you the truth. After that, they don't let him make my stew again.
Exactly. So that's just what he said. Stew. Oh, you say, oh, wonderful. When he turns
Wonderful, you
his
praise him.
yeah, you
You
praise him. What I do when he turns his back, I'll just add more spices to it, add what I want
Thank
to
you.
add to
He
it,
makes pans
turn
very
it,
well too.
make it, you just make it smell nice. But the thing is, my little girl will eat it. Oh, yummy. Daddy, you're a great cook. Ah, this is so yum. In my heart, I'm like, oh my God, you
Or is it the one you have to sneak to add one or two things when he's not looking? At least
exactly. When he's not looking. But the good thing,
when
at
he's not
least he
looking, you can add a
tries.
little bit of salt, add a little of pepper, add a little bit of
Exactly.
seasoning or spices, and then you run
Exactly.
away.
Exactly. And you cook it and boil it and cook it and cook it and cook it and add this and add that. And then it comes out to your taste. But to him that is cooking it, oh, it's delicious. So there was a time. I remember when I got married to my husband, there was a time we ran out of red oil for soup. He's like, honey, don't worry about it. Use tomato paste. I'm like, tomato paste, for
Tomato paste.
nubu. Chukwachu.
Yeah, he will make other foods, but you see that when it comes to I have my style. So his style didn't go
Exactly.
because he's been in Brazil for years and he's been
Yeah,
making it his own and he enjoys it. So it's either I
exactly.
sneak in some spices and seasonings and then pretend I
Exactly.
didn't look, or I will eat and then pretend it is just perfect the way I want it. Oh, let's even talk about the timing. Men can actually take like 10 hours to prepare one pot of soup that you would use 30 minutes to prepare. So it is sometimes better we go and do the thing instead of waiting and finish it.
And I want to cook, and are we so perfect when it comes to cooking? Are we perfect? I remember, because you tell people, oh, go online, go on YouTube, you find the recipe, you cook. Girl, I've tried some recipes on YouTube and it came out bad. I tried how to make
Disaster.
meat pie. And after making that meat pie, I gave my husband was chewing it. Said, I said, is that okay? He's like, yes, honey. I said, do you want more? He said, no, 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 thank you so much.
Mm.
This meat pie was hard as a rock. I'm like, how did
Oh
they
my
make it so
God.
crusty? So it's like, that's the thing. We try, they try, and we try
We
to,
try.
deal with what we have. But the thing
Mhm.
is, the bottom
There
line
are
is,
some experiments I have made here, and he will tell me when I want to try it again. He will say, "Sweetheart, remember you made this experiment the other time. Please don't waste ingredients again." I said, "Chineke, what? Why are you discussing me like this?" Like he said, "You remember you made it the other time, and it wasn't funny. So why don't you just leave it alone?"
uh, I don't blame him.
Why?
But let me tell you, when at least my own thing, a man should learn how to make even means little, that the basic stuff. It will help them a lot. It will save money and all that. That's just what I wanted to say. Thank you for having me here.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Thank you so much. Mommy
Greetings to
Fechi is here.
everybody.
Greetings
Okay,
to you,
greetings to
Mommy.
everybody. Okay.
Welcome.
Greetings, big sis.
Thank you.
Mommy is saying I am here finishing my husband. He said you shouldn't mind me, that the stew is delicious.
That's why. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. How dare you?
But big
Eh?
sis, to tell you the truth, it's not that too delicious, but you just eat it. Because there was a time my husband said, "Oh, honey, I'm going to make what kind of pie
No,
is
if
that?
I talk,
Pumpkin
then
pie."
you won't cook again.
Ah, pumpkin pie. That thing came out. I said, "Oh, this is not pumpkin pie now." He said, "No, it's pumpkin pie." I'm like, "Where did you get the recipe?" It's not. He said, "We have to share it because we said I will share everything." I'm like, I'm not going to eat this one. No. My stomach will just, no, honey, I love you, but not this pumpkin pie. So it's like, all right. Thank you.
Welcome, Mommy. Good to see you.
Thank you. You too. You too. It's just so funny because when men try, you just give it to them. So Cornelius,
Mm.
I'm just here to say that that's your stew. I tasted it on from here and it's nice. Don't mind
It
my
was
spicy.
delicious.
Yeah, it was
It was
delicious.
the best stew I have ever eaten, Mommy.
Eh-heh,
Makamla Putomwem. The next time I will beg him
eh-heh.
to help me, we say no. It was sweet. Forget it was
Ex-
in fact sweet that I enjoyed the stew very well.
Exactly, exactly. But this topic is very interesting. I think from somebody who raised up only sons, I just want to say something. I raised up four sons, and thank God they can all cook, but two of them are better than the other two, and one of them is worse than the other ones. But at least they can all cook. But the two of them, honestly, when I visit them, it's just relax and they will just make this lovely food. But what I've noticed from men is tidying up after them as they cook. For us women, for me
Oh,
in particular, yeah, tidying up after they've cooked.
oh,
So many items will be used, so many things. Oh, I say, oh, it's okay, mom. I'll tidy them up later. But I can't even sit down to even start eating when that kitchen is like that. Everything is everywhere. But at least they make an effort to cook. So
they
you just
made
have
an
to
effort.
encourage them. Yeah, they make an effort to cook. In fact, one of them, when before he went to live in Zurich, when he was working in London, every weekend he's just busy like a woman making the food that he's going to take to work the following week. He said that when his friends are going to whatever they call these eateries that they go out to on lunchtime,
Mm.
he'll bring out his food, he'll warm it, and he'll be eating, and they all love it. The smell, and they're like, "Who does this for you? Your mom?" Said, "No, I don't live with my mom. I live on my own." And they're so impressed that one day
Imagine
when I
that.
met, yeah, one day when I met one of his friends, there was a function, and I met one of the friends. They said, "Oh," they're saying, "Thank you. You're such a lovely woman. You taught your son so well that look at, each time he comes to work, he doesn't follow us to go to these places to go and buy sandwiches. He brings his own food and healthy food." I said, "Okay, and
Mm.
that's it." Yeah. So that one in particular, he stands out compared to his brothers. The other two, yeah. So, but at least they can cook. That's what I'm trying to say. And
They
it's not
can
a,
cook what they can eat.
yeah, so they can eat exactly. But when people start saying, when people start saying, "Oh, the reason that before I marry a lady, she must know how to cook," or I'll send them to my mother to learn how to cook, I think that's a big error. That marriage is even failing, because how about
Mm.
they will go to your mom to learn how to cook. They may not be the way your mom cooks that they want to be cooking, or they may not get it exactly the same way. So the best thing is for people to learn from their own mother's home when they're growing up.
Yeah.
Let them learn there how to cook, and let and when I talk how to cook, I mean both men and women. Because if I had
Women.
said, "Oh, I had sons and I'll be serving them because they're men, they can't go to the kitchen," I would have had a big problem raising them up. So whether
Mm-hmm.
both, but what I found is that people who had both sexes, they tend to involve their girls more than the boys.
Yeah.
Example being, I told you last week I have to learn how to have young people in my house again. The two children
Yeah.
that were brought to me, the girl that are not children, they're teenagers, so they're still children, but they're not that babies. They're teenagers, and the girl is the one that will be washing after they've eaten. She's the one that will wash all the plates, clean the do this, do that in the kitchen, and the brother will
Mm.
just go somewhere and just sitting and looking at his phone. And this happened twice. The third day, I can't, because I'm like, I say, "Is that what you do in your home? You don't help your sister out at all?" And the sister say, "Yes, yes, mommy. He doesn't do anything. I do everything." I'm like,
You
I have to
see?
have a word. Yes, I said I have to have a word with your parents when they come to pick you up. And I said, but for now that you are in my house for this 1 week, you are going to get involved. That is, he wasn't happy,
Mm.
but I'm not here to make him happy. I said, look, when you
Mm.
get to when you get to your parents' house, tell them that this is what I said. You don't come to my house and you're just there and leave your younger sister, not even older, younger sister, to be the one doing all the things for you. And the one of the mornings they didn't eat together. So the sister ate first, washed her own plate and went out. And then before he ate, and after eating, he dropped the plate in the sink and went away. I'm like, and I called him back. I
Imagine
said,
that.
who is that plate for? Or maybe you're waiting for me
Abroad,
or for your sister to come back. And yeah, so this
not
is
even
that's
in
the thing.
Nigeria, abroad in
Exactly,
UK.
abroad in
A
UK.
parent
So
is raising a child this way. Ah,
that's the thing. That's the thing. So except sometimes you don't even blame the children. Because when I told him, he was like, "Not nothing. Not this is not usual for me." But he did it,
yeah.
and then the next time he didn't leave it in the sink. He washed it. So he learned that one. So when the mom came to
Mm.
pick them up, I said, "Is that how you raise up your sons?" Because she's got 3 sons and 1 daughter. So I said, "Does it mean that this your daughter is the one that will be slaving around these boys?" I said, "That's not a good.
Mm.
You don't do that." Oh, and it's just because the way we I said, the way if that was
Mm.
how you were raised in Nigeria in those days, not now in this UK, where everybody's
Mm.
working and where everybody's busy. I say, please, this is still it's not too late. Start now to teach your sons as well as your daughter how
Mm.
to cook and how to tidy
Yeah.
up after themselves in the kitchen. So at least that was something
Mm.
learned, learned this week that they were
Yeah.
with me. Because I said, this is not right. So what I'm trying to say is that when you see some of these children, or they now become men who are doing this, sometimes it's not even their fault. It's their parents
Yes.
having that kind of mentality. Yes, even here in
Mm.
abroad, yes, that the boys are. You see the boys playing games in their computer while the girl child is there in the kitchen doing things with their mom. No, that should not be encouraged.
Mm.
That should not be encouraged because how?
Especially back in Africa, a lot of
Mm,
our parents raised us this way. A lot. In fact, it's as if it's a normal thing. Or you
yes,
understand? I'm saying this is
yes.
normal to find the girl child doing all the chores. She's gonna go fetch water. She's gonna cook. She's gonna join the mother in the kitchen. She's gonna clean. She's gonna do. So back home in Africa, a lot of our mothers back home in those days raised so
Mm,
many of us this ways. Some of us
mm,
learned these things, and we think it's normal. We feel it's normal. We feel it's
yeah,
just okay for the boy to just do whatever. But what
yeah.
helped us is that we were raised in a restaurant where everyone's hand is on deck. We must all do one or two things. We all
Mm,
have our chores to do. Even though we don't get to cook the main meal until certain age, But we have one or two things we must do: cutting,
Mm.
cleaning, pounding, washing, all those things we must do it. So, and we learned once you are of age, you get to a certain age, then my mother can actually leave a pot of soup and say,
Mm.
you prepare this pot of soup. I remember how I started cooking. It started with rice. Oh, that rice was, I was still very young. That rice was nothing to write home about, but it was my first. The rice was watery, the water didn't
Mm.
dry, the rice didn't itself didn't cook well, but
Mm.
I remember back then I was still very young. My mother was like, so you cannot cook. So what have you been doing? Looking at me, you can, but gradually we all perfected our cooking as we grow older.
Mm.
So some of our parents back home have that mentality, and most guys we see today are product of that. A lot of
Yeah.
guys are product of that. They are carrying up what they learned. They never did
Mm.
any chore.
Yeah.
Their
Yeah. Yeah.
sisters did all the chores. They never cooked
Mm.
any meals. Their sister did some. Now,
Yeah.
even now, all they do is from one girlfriend to the other, who will come and prepare weekend soup and go.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
until they get married, by the time they are getting married, they feel it is the woman's duty to do the cooking, the cleaning, the
Mm.
washing, and every other domestic chore at
Mm.
home.
No, no. That's very wrong. I mean,
Yeah,
here
okay. Dean
we
said,
both
no
cook.
child just carry phones here with me anyhow. I switch off my internet and there are consequences for laziness. That is it. That is
Absolutely.
it. Waking up to the reality on ground.
Mm. No, no,
Mm,
no. My auntie had 7 boys. Wow, here in the UK, and they can cook. Of course, I think maybe when you
mm,
have them, when you don't have any choice, maybe it's even easier to train the boy. Because mine, I don't have any choice. They are boys; they have to do whatever they have to do in the home. So there's nobody to say, "Oh, this is your sister. Go and do this or that."
yeah.
So yeah, we just have to teach them, and they see. They also grew up and they saw their dad cooking. Most of the time that is the one that cooks. What he doesn't cook for me is ofe, my soup. These things like
Yeah.
that. He can cook a goosey soup or an obolo, but when it comes
Mm.
to even none of the soups, he doesn't even cook. I don't want him to. Because I prefer to do it myself.
Sometimes we women have a reason for not allowing some of these men
Yeah,
cook certain things,
yeah,
because as a woman, let's say you learn how to cook and you enjoy some, delicious
yeah,
delicacies. You don't want mistake. You just
mm,
want to do it the perfect way you know how to do, and then give him to
yes.
eat while you
Can you
equally enjoy it.
Can can you imagine asking my husband to come and start cooking a noodle soup or her soup or any kind of soup for me? Mm-mm, I don't. He may try, but I don't even want that. So he knows that one. He doesn't even go near. Every time he knows I'm making soup. If he's cutting okra, he'll cut the okra for me. He'll cut this for me. He cut that for me. He'll peel the or her for me. That's it. But when it comes to but other things, obviously on Sundays like this, he does most of the Sunday cooking and things like that
Yeah.
because that's his own. Yeah. But when it comes to
Mm.
soup, for the how many years we married, he's not cooked soup for me, and that's my choice. And yeah,
That is
so
your choice, and
yes,
not that he doesn't
mm,
know how to, or if you leave
no,
him right
no,
now to make the soup, not as if
yes,
he can't,
no, he
but
would,
you
he can, he
chose
will,
to.
yeah, 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 yeah. These are the
Mm.
ones I chose to do, making soup. So yeah. Anyway, that's
Wow.
what I want to
Oyo
chip in. I can see
Yoma
Oyoyo
is
is there.
here.
Oyoyo, welcome.
Yeah.
Hi,
Oyo
Mommy
Yoma, good to
Fetchy. Good
see you.
Hello.
afternoon.
Hello.
Hello, hosts. Good afternoon.
Welcome,
I've been
welcome. Good
listening
to
at the
see you.
background.
Okay,
Okay.
Yoma.
Yeah, I jumped in to say something about what happened to me because based on what Mommy Fetchy talked about. When I was small, actually, I have a family of 8, 2 boys and 6 girls. So
Mm,
my brothers never entered the kitchen.
mm,
So, and I had at the time a classmate of mine, Chinelo by her name. So
mm,
each time I visit Chinelo, one of the brothers will be in the kitchen cooking. So I was
mm,
like, why is it that Chinelo's brother cooks and my own brothers, they don't enter kitchen?
mm.
So I went to Chinelo's house one day. The brother made very delicious obono soup. I ate after eating obono soup. Oh, that was what I thought through before I got to my house. When I now got to my house, my mother asked her, "Hey, if I'm gonna do this, if I'm gonna do that, da 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 da."
Did we lose you? Did we lose
Maybe.
you?
Okay,
Okay.
can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can
Okay.
hear you now.
My mother said, "Why am I calling my brother to come and do something when she has 6 girls? None
Okay,
of my
you
Mm-hmm.
sisters."
started because we lost you at a point. You called your brother when your mother was asking you to do certain things at home.
No, I challenged my mother. Why is it that her sons don't cook? Why is it that they don't enter the
Ah,
kitchen? That's my friend's house. They have at Chinelo, they were like 2 girls and 3 boys, more boys than girls, right? But Chinelo's house, my mother said, "Hey, I want to bring what happens in Chinelo's house to her own house." That is not gonna happen. That she has 6 girls, and for that reason, her 2 boys, they don't need to be in the kitchen.
Mm.
None of
Yeah.
hmm.
my siblings, I'm the very last of the girls. You understand? None of my siblings ever asked my mother those questions. But I was so pissed that
Hmm.
that's the training they had at home. So fast forward, my brother graduated from university, was posted to Bauchi to go and serve. He came back home, Mama. My placement place is Bauchi. They brought a big book. My mother started writing how to cook jollof rice, how to cook a stew. They wrote her how to. I say, Mama, you see now, if you had listened to me maybe 2 years back, maybe one of them would have.
How to you see that writing? Oh, then forget it. I want to see it. Did they learn how to do it that way?
That was
Thank
her
you,
because
Juma and Mama,
my
for
mother said,
sharing me out.
"Hey, Ben Bauchi State, what will my son eat? Oh, what will I say?
I'm
Hi, you
gonna
see,
finish
Mama."
here, Nani.
You see, if you had then my other when they now went to overseas, and I say, what would they? They say, no, that one is different. If they get to overseas, they will just figure it out there. But they will still learn how. At least he has learned how to cook jollof rice. Say, have you ever seen him make jollof rice? That's the problem. Because you have girls, you now think the boys don't do anything. The day
Yeah.
I challenged my mother over it, I missed Sunday rice, so he did not go without
Oh,
punishment. I miss Sunday rice. And if you understand what Sunday rice is, it's a
In those
special
days,
rice.
Sunday rice now. Hey.
I missed it because they asked me to go and dispose the trash. I say I cannot do it, that my brother should go and do it. My mother said, because you're now having tum on your chest, that's why you come and tell me how to run my home.
you're having
Sunday rice, they
Spara.
didn't give it. Sunday rice, I missed it. So
Oh
Mm.
dear.
it's just the way our parents knew best. I believe
Yes.
that was
Yes.
all they knew.
Yes.
But things have changed.
Things have changed. I agree with you, Yo-Yo, because I grew up in a family with one son and 6 of us, and my brother can remember him coming near. In fact, if at that time, to be quite honest with you, if he had come near the kitchen, I would be wondering, what is he doing here?
You
Why are you in
see?
the kitchen with
It will be
us? Yes,
strange.
yes, I would find it very strange, and that was how it was then. But things have changed,
Yeah.
and some of our people, including some of my sisters, have not even changed after all their education. That
Thank you.
up until a few years ago, I'll visit them in their house when we travel, and their husband will be in the living room. They'll be in the kitchen running around like headless chicken, doing
You
all
see?
everything, and then they'll bring the food to the table, and the man will wash his hand and eat, and then steals, and then go and sit down and cross his leg, and without taking the place to the kitchen. When I
Bam.
tried to challenge one of my sisters, she became angry with me.
You
As if that is
see?
how we do there. I said, how can I be here and I expect him to go and take plate to the kitchen to wash? Doesn't look nice now. So she was angry with me. Oh, my dear, I just shut up. I said, please, unu bibe kunu si ebi, continue.
Yeah.
She's
You
always
know,
stressed
the
out. She's
thing
always stressed out
is
because she's
funny.
doing everything. No,
My,
it's
my
not
my
right.
sister and the husband came to visit me here. The husband will sit on the dining table, will cook food, they will balance. They say they pass food.
Yes,
That's the word they use. I pass earlier. They will
yes,
pass the food.
exactly.
The man will finish eating. The wife will come and my husband say, no. Sit down, sister, sit down, sit down.
Yeah,
My own husband was
yes.
educating her husband. Blew your
Uh-uh.
plate to the sink. We're not even asking
Hey,
you to wash. Take your
uh-huh.
plate to the sink.
Just take it to the sink. Okay. No, no, no.
After
Mm-mm.
that experience, my brother-in-law hasn't come again.
Kedu kunu na fall aka odogwu?
Then my sister was so happy. My sister was so happy.
Yeah.
But my brother-in-law, he hasn't visited me again. And he was in America one day. He called me from Washington.
Oh God.
Unu ji nnọọ aka odogwu wuo odogwu na anọ gịnị dị odogwu should carry plate to the sink. Odogwu.
You can't be serious. My husband was, he allowed it past the first day, but he now, because they spent over a month with me. So it was like, no. This is not done. You can't expect this woman to be laboring for you. Come on to lift you see me here. I will take my plate dishes to the sink. I even wash the dishes myself because I don't want to overstress my wife.
Yes, exactly.
But if that's how you do, even with all your education, you don't help your wives back home. You think that is the right thing to do. By the time you know it, your woman is looking 50 while she's in her 30s. That you should help these women so that they will look good for you and not for you to start looking out looking for younger ones because you've already aged the one in your home.
Yeah.
Stressing a woman. Okay, D is asking for translation. Odogu, is there any translation for Odogu?
No, Odogu. You Ledoche is the Odogu. You is the Odogu.
It means that you want to make a grown man go wash plate or pack his own plate. Like, I don't know the translation. Is there anything called Odogu? Odogu is
a strong man. An able man.
Yeah, just a grown man. Yeah.
To go and carry his own plate to the sink. How can a grown man, big man, carry his own plate to the sink? He's too big now.
Yeah.
He's too big to do that. The man is all he should do is eat, drink water. In fact, wash his hand and clean the hand on the woman's head because he paid her bride price.
Yeah. I mean, some of
he
them,
paid her bride. He should clean his hand on her head.
Some of them are prepared to learn because I know my brother-in-law, who is quite a big man in Nigeria. When he comes in his house, that's what happens. They will be serving him and everything. So when he came here and saw his own most senior brother, what he does in the house and how he takes his own place and everything, nobody told him that. And the wife was looking at him thinking, "What are you doing? Hey, make sure you continue this so when we get back to Lagos."
Indeed, it will never happen with all the housemaids.
She better enjoy it while it lasts.
Will never do any of those.
She could not believe it, because I saw I saw my senior brother. He was in the kitchen, and then the food was, and I will now not take my own to the sink when he's taking his own to the sink and washing it. So he learned that one. And to be quite honest, when we visited after that, he now takes his own plate, even though they have maids. He now takes his own plate to the sink. He said to us, this is something I learned. That's something I learned in London, and I've been doing it. And and he just does it automatically now. Yeah. So he learned that. So I think sometimes people just think that it's a normal thing, and their wives are not even saying anything, and are just slaving around, doing everything, stressing themselves so much and the man, if you don't ask him, he will not help you because to him, it's ladies' job and it's what they grew up to know that it's ladies that do these things. But when you actually ask them to help, sometimes they can, it won't be a problem.
They can help. Yeah. Some of them, you just need to tell them. Welcome back, Uju. Thank you so much for coming back. And thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
So, my dear, Odogu means a great man. Odogu. Odogu, okay, he's a great man. When he comes out, everybody will know that Odogu is out. When Odogu steps out, Odogu stands like Odogu. The only Odogu I know is my dad. May God rest his soul. When my dad stands, no man is standing. My dad is tall and huge. Odogu. He never called himself Odogu, but he's my Odogu. My dad is my Odogu. And then my second Odogu is my husband now. Okay, gonna be me. That's my Odogu. So Odogu is a great man. I'm just trying to be funny.
Thank you for that explanation.
He's a great man. Did you get the translation? Did you get the translation of Odogu? Odogu is a great man. So great men don't carry their plates to the sink. They don't even clear their plates. They don't. In fact, if they wash and they will clean their hands on your head as a wife.
Yes, so Odogu, you serve them food like kneeling down. Odogu seafood. But my father wasn't like that, although we served his food. But Oh no, we serve this food. And the good thing, after serving my daddy, you set his table, the dining table for him. My dad is so great. He always leave you some meat. So we are always running to go and clear the dish.
Mm.
Because he will leave meat, big meat. Oh,
Hi. You
so
are reminding me of good old days.
good old
Yes.
You
days.
are reminding me of good
They
old
never
days.
finish.
Growing up
They
with
never.
my
Our
parents.
parents, I'm sorry, my father will never finish the meat. He always be
Never.
passing it around to all of you.
Yes.
Take this, take that.
Eh,
Hey, I used to love
never.
it.
And
Hey, they will never finish their
yes,
meat.
and our mothers will pass the choicest part of the food
Yes, to
for
them,
them.
but they
Ah,
won't eat it. They'll be sharing it to us.
let me
Yes.
tell you
Oh,
guys this
fathers.
story. Don't
Oh.
laugh, don't laugh. Let me share you the story. You know how in Anambra, or I'm Anambra girl, I don't know. I'm Igbo. You know the turkey. You want after turkey, the turkey tail. You know the turkey tail now. That part, the big turkey tail, is for men. That's what I grew up to know. That
Yes.
part is for men. You leave it for men, isn't
Yes.
it? The turkey tail. You
Even
don't touch it.
gizzard.
Iko
Yes,
Even
ọkụkọ.
gizzard.
Yes.
Echo,
So my
Coco.
dear, when I got
Echo.
married, though, when I
Eko
got
ọkụkọ.
married,
Eko
Gizzard.
ọkụkọ.
Hey.
So when I got married, though, I came, we cooked turkey, and I left that tail for my husband. My first husband came and said, "What is this?" I'm like, "That's your part, though, as the man of the house." He's like, "No, I don't eat that." I'm like, "No, you must eat it."
Cornelius is on this table. Cornelius is on this table.
I said, "No, you must eat it." My father told me it's for the man of the house. He's like, "Honey, I can eat it. Do you want to eat?" I'm like, "No, I can eat it. It's aloe. It's abomination."
It's an abomination for a woman to eat eko ọkụkọ.
I'm telling you, that's what we grew up. What? Hey.
That's what
Oh
we
my
grew up
God.
to.
Hey.
And my husband said, "You can throw it away. I don't need that part, honey. Please." Hey, he said,
Did you see it? He said he doesn't like the parts. You see it? He doesn't like it. I force, in fact, before he eats it, I will maybe have to deceive him. And maybe when I bring it, I'll just say, because I like feeding him every day we eat, I must put food in his mouth. So when I bring it, I say, "Mepono," he opens his mouth thinking it's meat. He will not know that it's the eko ọkụkọ, because how can a man say, "Odogu, you don't eat eko ọkụkọ"? How can Odogu not eat eko ọkụkọ? You are the man of the house. It is your part of meat. Eat it.
This gizzard that we buy in packs here. What kind of eko? We buy it in packs here.
Thank you.
You need to see his face when he's chewing it.
That gizzard shocked me. One time in Lagos, we went shopping for meat. We now bought a box of gizzard. When we got home, everybody, all of us, my siblings, we were like, "Is it not the same gizzard that is in one chicken? Now you have it in a carton." And then those men in the village, they'll be dragging it. You don't supposed to, as a woman.
Exactly.
We now ask
Honestly.
ourselves,
They can say the woman
here?
packing. They can say the woman packing.
I'm telling you, they don't
Because
see
of
it.
that eko ọkụkọ.
Yes.
Honestly.
It's horrible. I was like that. That time I'm like, "Hey, aloe, man, what will I do now?" You know? Husband is like, "It doesn't matter, just throw it away. I don't breathe." So since
Honestly.
Yeah. Tell me no.
I don't know. Today's men, I don't know whether they've stopped being odogu that we give eko ọkụkọ. I will just carry my lap of chicken and I say, "People, okay, open your mouth. This is your part of the meat. You are the head of the house. Please, I am not the head. Eat your part of the." And you need to see his face. When he's chewing it, he spoils his face. I don't care. It is his part of meat. Eat it.
Me, I don't even cook it at all. Once I cut it, it goes to the dustbin. I don't do it.
Yeah. It's too fatty. It's too fatty also. My husband will not even eat that one. It's too fatty.
Yeah, it's too fatty. I don't, yeah.
Ah, my dear, Odogu,
Honestly.
Odogu time. Odogu will be walking. People will be carrying their chair for them. Odogu, see them.
You see what AA says here, which is true. Whether these generation children will eat leftover like we did, you know how Papa will finish will be eating, and you are waiting for what Papa will leave. This generation, you finish eating, they'll put it in the bin. They'll put it in the bin. What's yak? They won't even want to try this. Use the spoon you used. Never mind eating your leftover.
Are you talking? Lotte, when we are in primary school, somebody will buy ice cream. Okay, lachal. The person will pick and give you. Lachal. And I'm telling you, kids then, you know, even a can of soda, they can share it among how many of them? Nothing.
Yes.
We're not worried about any disease. We're not
No.
worried about anything. But now you can do it.
No
You
way.
can.
Honestly, but back then is usually interesting. You see, I like the fact that now back to this discussion, but every man believes that the mother cooks better. Every man believes that the mother is a perfect cook. Every man you ask now, who is the most, I say, who is the best cook in the whole world? He will say his mother.
Exactly.
So we know that are the wives. Are these men, some of them thinking that we have not upgraded where our mothers stopped? Back then, there are some ingredients. Today, we have some spices, some ingredient that even enhances the taste of soup. You understand?
Yes.
So I don't know this idea of men still always comparing. You have to cook like my mother. You have to do this like my mother.
But
you have to be
wait,
like my mother. You have to treat you know. They compare, just like this guy was saying, that this is the reason why our marriages of today no longer last. Because back then, our mothers practically worshipped our fathers. They treated them like kings, or dogu that they are. But today, we women can even sit down on our husband's head. Then,
but let
if
me
you
tell
mention
you,
something,
let me tell you.
Okay,
go ahead.
Sorry, let me say something. Now Yo-Yo is here. Because Yo-Yo is a Yo-Yo Ndoki kitchen, so he cooks.
Yeah.
She cooks.
Yes, she cooks.
Now, I was watching one video just this evening, and I was having goosebumps. Why? The amount of these packet things that they sell in Nigeria now that people are eating in the food. She opened one, she added. She opened another one, she added. About 4 different kinds of these sachet things.
Yeah, that's
And she was adding and adding
Mommy
and adding.
Fetchy.
What is
Mommy
it?
Fetchy, don't even go there.
Hey!
Don't go there at all because they think they are doing good to themselves. Most of those
MSG.
things.
Yeah,
I saw one.
some
I
don't
started
cook with
crying.
ogiri. There's
Do
no
you know
ogiri
why I
MSG.
started
smelling.
crying?
Oyoyo. Do you cook with ogiri and crayfish?
Wait now.
Ogiri,
Let's finish
of
with this
course.
one, Mommy
I cook with
Fetchy raised.
crayfish.
Mommy Fetchy, do you know ginger?
Hey!
They have it in Nigeria. Do you know they can get garlic in Nigeria? Fresh, oh.
You
But
see?
they would rather go and buy the one packaged by China.
Aye.
Put in a fancy packet.
As
Put
I was watching
coloration
that
inside.
cooking today, I was like, what? Aye. It's too much.
So could that be the reason why these men think that our mother's food are still far better than ours?
Let me give
bust
you
your
a
bubble.
story.
Bust your
What
bubble,
happened on
bro.
Facebook? One of those famous Facebook chefs. This lady is a Nigerian, but she's not Igbo, and she was making Anambra Igbo bitter leaf soup. That was how she added ginger and garlic inside. Come and see in salt.
Maybe onion.
Facebook people, they
Maybe
finished
onion.
this woman, tore her into pieces. It was my sister laughing that sent the link to me that I should go and read the comment. I shouldn't even watch the video. They say, Madam, if you don't know how to cook Igbo soup, get out of the kitchen. Go and cook your tradition. How can you say this is Igbo? If you see, I now said,
Did she add curry to it?
no,
Maybe
she
onion.
added ginger and garlic. Now, where they see ginger and garlic for bitter leaf soup? If you see insult, she could have just said, this is how I cook my bitter leaf soup.
Not
It's different than saying Anambra bitter leaf soup.
No. Can't
We
kill
don't put
garlic and
ginger.
ginger in bitter leaf soup. Bebe
In
ko
bitter
giri
leaf
gazi.
soup.
Where is so giri?
Not
No.
the camera.
Okali tinye curry nia. She would have added curry to complete the stew she's cooking, because that one is obviously stew, not bitter leaf soup.
That means if I had used my husband's recipe for the onubu when he said I should add tomato paste to it as oil,
Uju, if you had made that video, made that recipe, your husband, you would have gone viral by now.
I got that tomato
Well, you know, let me gist you guys what happened on one of my cooking shows in Nigeria. Back in Nigeria, I have this melting pot cooking show, and I invite people from different tribes to come prepare their native delicacy. And then when they prepare it, I now invite guests from other tribes to come taste the delicacy of this person. For instance, the four of us here from different tribes, for an example, and let's say Mami Fechi is Igbo, I am Yoruba, Ujunwa Anyoma is from Benin or she's from Benue State, and then Oyoyo is a Hausa lady that came to prepare me and kuka. So when she prepares me and kuka, we from other tribes do now come and eat the delicacy. So being the presenter and also the producer of the cooking show, I will invite them and then provide all the necessary ingredients needed for the delicacy. So one day, one of my chef I invited came around. She told me everything she needed. I bought all, kept Maggi, you know, this seasoning na Maggi na, because all na Maggi they call them seasoning on no onga, all of them na Maggi. So in the plate where I put, because I just keep I put like 10 cubes. So you pick how many cubes you need. You don't have to use. When the camera was rolling, this lady, local native delicacy, Otope the first one. She lose the second Maggi, lose the third one. The next thing, director was looking at me. I was looking at the director, the guests that were there. She opened the fourth one, fifth one, seventh one. Oh my God. In fact, at the time, the director now had to say, cut. Madam, you want to use Maggi kilos here? You just said, cut. Madam, you want to use all the Maggi? Cook this soup.
The Maggi soup now. The Maggi soup. The soup is Maggi.
We all busted that laughing because everybody was already apprehensive, waiting to see whether she wants to put the entire 10 cubes. And then when she's still moving to, after the seventh one, she was going for the eighth one. The director had to shout, cut, madam, waiting. You want to spoil this soup with Maggi? We had to edit and cut the place. She added multiple already because we can't afford to have people watch that and ask, why is somebody cooking with all these Maggi cubes? Seriously, truly, some women need to learn ability. Some women need tutorial, but it doesn't have to be from mother-in-law. I mean, even on YouTube, in fact, it's not everything you learn on YouTube. It's not everything, because there are some delicacies I watch on YouTube. The man in there. What are you cooking? What are you cooking?
Let me tell you a story that happened to a married man in Nigeria. This woman, the man married the wife, and each time the wife cooks, it's like to the man something was missing. So the man kept complaining. The woman didn't understand why the food doesn't taste so well, in the husband's mouth. Until one day she went to the market and then came back and forgot to put the meat in the fridge. So she left it in the kitchen on the kitchen counter. Then the next morning, the meat already started smelling somehow. So she quickly washed the meat and started cooking it and used it to cook. By the time she finished cooking the soup, the husband came back and said, "Did my mommy come today? Mama Abera from village, that this tastes like my mother's soup that is so delicious." The woman said, "Whoa. So all this one I've been cooking this while, right? So this what was missing was because the meat wasn't tasting anyhow."
Really?
I'm telling you, that was the day the woman rewound.
Maybe he thought there was ogiri in the soup.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking. You know the way a leftover meat in the kitchen, and Nigeria is a tropic area. That's exactly what was missing in that woman's food for the many years they were married together.
Oh,
and after that day, that was it. The woman got the husband's mumu button. That was it.
What was that?
Since that day, he has been eating rotten meat.
Since that day, that's how the woman makes it too. That's how she makes her husband's food, and that's how the man enjoys it. It has to have a smell, in the village now, the meat is either they will smoke it a little on the fire, and then it will not be fully done. So the next day, that taste was what the husband was missing.
Whoa, I'm speechless here.
Honestly.
Hey!
So, when they told me that was what saved the woman and her marriage, I said, so I was telling the person narrating that experience me, I said, if that were to be my husband, na hunger go kill him. I beg, leave me. Na hunger go kill, because I'll never eat a rotten meat because I want to please you.
You better go to the village and stay with his mother for 4 months. That is the
Indeed.
requirement right now. This man has set, he has lifted the bar. In fact, he has lifted the bar so high. For we will, in fact, you, as a single lady, you are not married yet. Start finding a way to go and establish a
But
cordial
host,
relationship with your mother-in-law to
host,
be. Eh?
host, on a more serious note, every woman should know how to cook. On a more serious note, however we look at it, because we are still African. The last time I checked, we are Africans. We are
Mm.
not Americans. Well, in as much as we must have naturalized and all of that, we are still Africans. If you really want to marry an African man, you should learn how to cook. This topic is so personal to me, and I didn't want to jump on to like
Mm.
talk about it because I've seen someone, even after they sent this lady to her sister-in-law, she spent 2 months, she still did not learn a thing. You understand? The mother-in-law was with her for 2 weeks. She did not learn jack because she was not
Uh-uh.
interested in learning. And then your husband is there buying food in Lagos. Those people selling, cooking and selling in Lagos every weekend. You people are buying food. Sometimes they'll buy for 2 weeks. It doesn't give any man joy. It's not cook rice. If a man likes to eat soup, is an Igbo man, he likes to eat, that woman should make an effort. Some parents did not do well. They were raising house girls and then neglected their own children. All their house
Point.
girls turned out to be superb. When I mean superb house girls, they turned out there was nothing those houses did not learn, but their own children
Top.
couldn't lift a fork. They don't even know how to cook white rice, plain white rice,
Hmm.
and it will not burn. So it's a very bad thing, and I hope my generation of mothers will do better. I really hope so.
I pray so. You have
Well
a
said.
strong point
Well
there.
said. Well said.
Yeah.
You well said. We do need to learn, teach our kids how to cook. For a woman to know how to cook, like I say, culture. I'm talking about an Igbo girl that I am. Yeah, I think it's very important. It's very important. You should not take it lightly because think about it. Even when you come as a foreigner here, in let's say America, you need to
Mm.
learn how to cook in order to save money. Where do you have the money to be eating out all the time and buying all this frozen food that are not healthy? You see, so it's
Caesar
basic.
to the
A woman,
rescue.
a woman,
Starbucks.
a
What is
woman
this? Oh,
should.
McDonald's. All these fast foods. That's what some mothers feed their children throughout. Like they don't. There's one lady here on YouTube that was complaining of a
Mm,
friend of hers that said whenever the husband they buy food in bulk, they give all she goes to buy is all these junks, noodles, what is this other one, indomie, all this packet quick food. And then he's, can't you just cook one soup, at least cook soup. So she finds it, and they're abroad, they're there in Italy. She doesn't want to cook. All she wants is all this quick. And then she's always buying provisions to stock the house. Always provisions, soda, packed food, pre-cooked food, everything. That is the only thing. So cooking soup or making stew is always very difficult for her. And that's what she has been feeding the children. She said they are friends, and she has spoken to her a couple. She was saying it on this YouTube that she has spoken to her, and this woman is not willing to change and is beginning to create problem in their home front. So I don't know what a woman will be feeding the children if she cannot cook from time. At least these things are good once in a while, but it shouldn't be something we feed children every blessed day. But Mifechi is always talking about the health issues and the challenges that comes with it, with eating junks all the time. So I think it's an eye-opener for both parents, both the mother and the father.
It's for everybody.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I cook soup. Okwa soup on the vine. When I cook a goosey or bono, whatever. I pack
Correct.
it in the freezer. And my daughter eats it. She'll just eat it, yum, 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 yum. Oh, so yummy. And my friend was saying, well, one of my friends, she eats onubu soup. I say, yes, so she eats it onubu soup. When she was
That's
little, I would
Lexi
just
for
say,
me.
no, because I believe that I can give account of what I put in my food. Do you understand? Yeah. I don't know how they make it out there. That's what people should realize. You don't know what they're adding to that food that you're eating.
but I
Mm.
can know what I'm adding to
Yeah.
my food. I want to make it healthy for
Yeah.
my family. People don't
No,
realize that. And all
please.
this junk, see what is
Yeah.
happening, eh? They are
Too
now
much.
moving the junk now back to Nigeria. Americans, we
Too
are
much
running away from the
additive.
junk. Yeah, we're
Aye.
running away from the junk. Now Nigerians are enjoying the junk. Oh, I went to KFC. Oh, I bought
Yes.
pizza. Oh, I
A
bought this.
big man. Being a big
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Aye.
It wasn't like that. We were
No.
organic. When we were in Nigeria, it
No.
was organic.
What's going on?
But now, here we are avoiding those things. We don't want
Yes.
them. Because if you go to the stores, it's organic, fat-free, low fat, all that. But all the junk now is they're pushing it back to Nigeria. And
To
Aye.
Nigeria.
you remember that time it was just juice craze. If you're not drinking juice, that means back home in Nigeria, that means you're not a healthy
They are
person,
still
a
doing
wealthy
it
Yes.
person.
today.
You remember that? Yeah.
Hey, my dear. Honestly, we have to allow this.
How to bring
We have to allow
juice.
this. When
You're
we
not
are growing up,
you're not
when you're eating, what you see on the table is water.
exactly.
If you have visitor, Papa will give you money to go to the shop and get a stout or Fanta for that visitor. It's not something you keep in the house and people will be
Exactly.
drinking
Thank
anyhow.
you.
Eh?
But let me
And that's
tell
what
you,
they do now.
preschool here in America, where my
Hey.
daughter went to school, they don't allow juice. They don't
Oh,
allow any
good.
junk food. You put the healthy snack or lunch for your child and water. Water. No juice. When she went to preschool,
Ah,
no juice. They don't allow it. They don't allow any junk.
Mm.
And if your
ah,
daughter is celebrating a birthday, they'll say healthy choice, healthy
good.
snacks only.
Yes, AA. Sorry, what
Yeah.
AA said here, my dear, that one. I normally take a lunchtime walk. Each
Mhm.
time I'm taking lunch, I'll see these secondary school children on break. They've
Mhm.
all gone to either KFC or
In and
to
Exactly.
chips.
kebab, and with chips, all soggy chips with all the things, and they'll be eating it and walking on the street. And this happens every single day. Why can't you bring some healthy packed lunch and have it? Do you have to do this every Monday to Friday? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just too much.
They are cutting it down here.
Welcome to a business podcast. Thank you
They
so
are
much for
cutting it
coming. I
down
appreciate.
here.
Please, guys, if you've not given me a thumbs up, kindly, generously from your heart, drop a big thumbs up for me. Okay, welcome. So you said this idea of juice, even here on YouTube. You see, father and mother and children doing mukbang, and they're drinking packs of juice and eating noodles, calling it a challenge. Calling
Mm,
it challenge. What happens to
Yeah.
cooking your own native food and using it for mukbang?
yeah.
Juicing your own drink and using it for mukbang. Must you buy that packet of Five Alive? That's the very popular one back in Nigeria. I don't know if it's still popular. Five Alive. Today, children are going to school. If you check their lunch box, what you see a mother pack for the child is a bobo. I don't know the reigning ones now. Capri Sun, bobo, some biscuit, lollipop,
Ah.
sweet, all sort of junk you can think about. That's what is packed in that lunch box.
Let me
You will
tell
not
you.
see much food.
Yeah. Let me tell you. There was a time in America where we now call it diabetes. It's type 1 diabetes, where juvenile diabetes was very high.
Mm,
Kids were very overweight.
mm,
Obesity was on the because of this juice, because
yes.
of this fast food and all that. And I remember we'll have courses on that, and I see kids. It's like, what? And I'm not saying that when Michelle Obama became the first lady, that was when I think it was Laura Bush that started it. They started cutting down on junk food in schools. They used to have this vending machine in school full of junk, soda, and all that in schools. And kids will go and buy and eat. No, not anymore. If you go to
Mhm.
the cafeteria, you see the menu. Healthy eating
That's good.
choices. And the
That's good.
kids are not
That's
as
great.
overweight.
Uju, don't forget to when Trump came, he
Uh-huh.
abolished everything Michelle Obama achieved.
That's
And
horrible.
then he went back to pizza serving in school, because at some point they only serve pizza maybe once or in 2 weeks. Then they stopped it with
Yes.
How do you
Michelle.
serve pizza as
They
food
brought
for
those things
kids?
back again with Trump. So
Mm.
parents
Horrible.
should do the needful and not the school.
Yes,
Parents should do the
at
needful.
But
home.
the thing is, I know the parents should do the needful, but think about it. Kids, they spend more time in school and they see their peers. If their peers are going to that vending machine, which they don't have, I know my daughter's school, they don't have vending machine. I go through their menu. I pack her lunch. I know the things she likes. Do you understand?
That's what we're saying
But
about
that
parents.
menu, yeah,
Mhm.
that menu is healthy. Healthy. It's coming back now. But
Yeah, it's
now in
coming back now.
Nigeria, yes,
Yeah.
but now in Nigeria, I see them, kids
Sister,
are
would
so
you see the
overweight.
Nigerian own? You people are missing something. It's status symbol. If you don't do that, you don't
Yes,
belong.
You
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 don't
don't
belong.
understand?
belong.
I
They
It's
want to
true.
know.
belong. They want to show off.
It's true.
Everything is show off.
In a negative, in a very bad way. Yeah,
Very,
I
very,
don't know how
very.
to say it. They won't even understand. To them, that's shows that they have arrived. When they
That's
start
that.
eating like that, going to the book, going to Mama Put, going to this, and they pack their children every time. Once in a while, yes, but not every time you take your children. That's why you buy things for them to be eating from roadside people. What? Oh,
Yeah,
Buy
and
no.
fried
another
jam and
thing.
plantain, fried jam and
Yeah.
plantain, and mama put pack for a child to go to school with.
Mm.
What is it? Oh goodness, I don't even know how to put
Another
this.
thing
Why
that I would
can't you
like to
cook the
drop.
food and store in the fridge so you can always bring it out, heat it, and then pack your food?
Host as cooked food. Some schools will not allow you to
Allow
bring
that.
cooked food,
Cooked food.
but you can do
True.
sandwiches for your
Mm-hmm.
kids. You put
Mm.
lettuce inside, you put vegetable inside, you make your omelette, you understand, and add
Mm.
to it.
Maybe in
But cooked
America.
food, no, cooked food in some places is not allowed. I know in Lagos, my sister-in-law, those they used to do fufu and soup because the son likes to
They will
swallow.
So take your school.
To
just
take to school, honestly.
just go.
Oh my God.
Now that small boy is so double.
I was like,
Oh,
I said, wait, though, madam,
hey.
what is wrong with? She said, no. I'm paying so much school fees, so they must allow my child to eat his food. I say, fufu and soup to school.
No, that one is to the extreme. That one is too much because
Hi, Mbao. This one,
before you
this
know,
one passed me.
Olufunke daughter will carry amala and they will do soup to school.
But as
Imagine
long as the
fufu,
child is
fufu
eating,
for
that's
school,
important. As long as
fufu
it's
for school
healthy.
lunch. If you do it here, the other, even if it's allowed, the other children, like the English children, will be looking at the person swallowing that thing. They'll be
Exactly.
feeling
They'll be
sorry.
like, what
They,
is that?
they'll be feeling sorry for the person that is swallowing.
Exactly. She's
They call it,
choking.
when they see us swallow, I remember those days in Scotland, they say, "Oh, poor kid, he's
Exactly.
swallowing potato," thinking that you just
Anita, welcome. Oh my God.
so I
But
can imagine taking it to
yeah.
school. Oh no.
But just one thing I have to add to this is this, eh? I'll urge them, our Nigerian people. Everything is now packet. You go to Price Right, or what do you call it? What those stores that are all these big supermarkets now. When you buy something, look at the nutrition facts, okay?
Hey, you'll be
Mhm.
shocked.
Check
You
the
will be
sodium
shocked.
level, check the saturated fat,
You'll
check
be
the
shocked.
unsaturated, check all those things before you buy it. People are
Yes.
dying of high blood pressure, they are
Hey,
having diabetes and all that because
too
of the
much.
food they are
Different
consuming.
kinds of cancer every
Too
day.
much.
And then you see them buying, I'm buying, this turkey wings, this chicken. You see their chicken is just like what will you say, a steroid grown chicken. That's not
Mm,
what we're
Yeah.
used to. We're used to
mm.
local chicken.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so
If you
it's like
don't
that's
one year, if you crack the bone and get the bone
yeah,
marrow out.
that's true.
Mm.
That's
This
very
thing
true.
Uju
So
is saying,
that's
before
what
I
they should
even
look
came to
at.
the US, my mother stopped eating, those frozen turkey, frozen chicken from
Yeah.
Nigeria.
Uh-huh.
My mother stopped eating
Mm.
it when I was in the university. And what was my mother's reason? She said, if you want to boil it, it will be foaming and foaming and foaming, and
Mm.
the smell was so bad.
Do
Hmm.
you
See
know what they were using to preserve those frozen chicken? The
what?
thing they used to embalm bodies.
Oh
Oh,
no.
Yeah.
see,
You understand? So my mother stopped when I was in the university. She went back to start raising hen, raising turkey, even
see.
in the
Okuigu.
city. Yeah,
Mm.
she started raising
Mm.
it in the city by herself because she said, "How can you be cooking chicken, cooking turkey? The smell is different and it will be foaming. Where is the foam coming from?"
Exactly.
Hmm.
Instead of giving
Exactly.
you aroma, you're perceiving smell.
Yeah.
Something
Hmm.
else. And you're wondering,
You're
what is this?
perceiving
This can't be
smell.
chicken. Yeah.
Hmm.
Mm. My dear, I buy my, if I want to eat chicken, I buy local chicken here. You cook, I can
Yes,
cook it and
I
cook
buy
it.
the local ones. That's what the hard one. Very sweet.
Yes.
Very
You
nice.
get a
Yeah.
boogie cooking it, but if you
Yeah.
No,
want
sis,
it,
we
I
should
use
start cooking
pressure
with
pot.
regular pot. If you
mm,
want to cook
I
the
use
hen, cook
pressure
it in
pot.
pressure pot.
okay, I'll use
Mm.
Uh,
pressure pot. I'll
my
use that.
husband
Mm.
refused to eat
Mm.
the chicken. He said that is homework. That Africans they like to suffer. How can you be eating chicken and be crying?
The
So
first time my husband tried it, he's like, "What is this?" I said, "The chicken thigh." It's like it doesn't look like. I think the drumstick. That drumstick was like a chicken leg,
Because it's small, it's not big.
so tiny. I'm like, honey, wrap goes where dude. Forget about it. Just taste it, and you taste the real chicken. Ah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
but now you're used to it. So what I do,
Yeah.
I'll make pepper soup with that for him,
Yeah.
and then I'll go
Very
and
Ah.
nice.
eat food. You
Mm.
know, so that's the thing. We have to. But just like you said, Oyoyo, yeah, it's trying to show that you belong. That's why they buy all that stuff and they
Mm.
show off
It's
all
too
that, and the
much.
kids are
Yeah.
suffering.
It's
Kids
too
are
much.
suffering because of that. Hey,
Yeah.
it's been an interesting live stream. Oh, I gotta run. My
Yes. So
stone
Oh,
of help, only
thank
you are
you.
my helper. You
Really,
want to
really enjoyed your coming up here
she's singing. She's
so
trying to
much.
sing before she goes. Go on, Uju.
Oh,
Okay.
my Ebenezer. That's what I've been listening.
Go on. Yeah.
Oh, Ebenezer,
Mm.
my stone of help, only you are my helper.
Mm.
When I called, you answer me. When I'm down, you lift me up. My
Yes.
stone of help, only you are my helper. Okay,
Yeah.
guys. God bless you now. God bless
God
you now.
bless
Wow,
you.
just
Bye
one in the
bye.
Guys,
spirit.
I'm off Wednesdays
Thank
and
you.
Thursdays. That's why I can jump into live stream. I work Mondays,
Okay.
Tuesdays, and Fridays.
Okay.
Oh,
Thank you.
I have a live
okay.
stream
Mm.
tomorrow,
Okay.
though. I'll try and
Oh,
make it.
tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. God bless you
All
now.
right.
Okay. Bye
Bye.
bye.
Thank you so
Bye.
much. Thank you. Thank you. Really
Okay, my
appreciate
dear.
it.
I think
No,
I'll
it's
be
been
going down shortly as well. But please, before I just go, just to say, when it
yeah.
comes to cooking, yeah, whether boys or girls, let us do better because all this eating out, what is causing it when children can't cook or they are too lazy to even try. Let us just encourage them
Mm.
and stop all this eating out because, and also when we cook in the house, mothers in the house, please, especially those of you with young children, what I saw today, about four packets of different nonsense that was being poured into this stew, and then after that four no added after all those
Ah,
4 or 5 sachets of what I saw. It was too much. It was too much because all those things, look at the label, they got MSG, and that is cancer causing, and this is what you are giving to your children from early age.
good.
Let us do better.
Mm.
Beacon, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And this is why maybe I see the reason why a lot of guys still believe that our mothers cook better because they taste our
Mm.
food and then they see the difference. Whenever they go home to go visit their mothers, they eat that real homemade food that
Yeah.
is not packed
Just
with all the seasoning
honestly,
and
just
spices.
garlic
Locally
and
made food
Atoyoyo.
prepared in
Yeah, so you said garlic and ginger does wonders. All these other things you are adding, honestly, you see, there's too much salt in them anyway, and so much
Yeah.
other stupid additives, and
sodium.
yeah, you don't need all that, honestly.
Mm.
Even if you have to add no, just add maybe one. It's enough. You don't need to all to make it that. I don't know, but
When
yeah,
you are eating or not, like you when
yeah,
you drink
yeah.
water, you still feel the taste of the seasoning, like this white
It's too
maggi,
much.
Ajinomoto kind of. Or
yeah.
not,
Yeah,
mm.
yes.
Maybe
Yeah,
that's what
shortcut.
they call
Mm.
deliciousness to them. Maybe that's how
Mm.
their palate is.
Yeah.
If it doesn't taste like that, it's not delicious. But sincerely speaking,
Yeah.
understanding the label of what you buy is not because you saw
Very
somebody
important.
using it.
Yeah.
Mommy Fechi did a video about Indomie noodles. I believe nobody's talking about it today. That is the
Oh,
fact.
yes.
And that video should be reshared, so that
Yeah.
people will understand. Indomie is
Yeah.
not something you cook every day for your child. It's
No.
not.
Some
It's
people, it's
not.
just the normal thing for their children. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. And if you're going
Mm.
to add spices to your food,
Yeah.
get a fresh ginger, blend it,
Yes.
cut it, grate it, get
Yes.
fresh garlic, do the same. Thyme and curry, fresh ones, do the same. Know
Yeah.
what you're adding to your food is very
Yes.
important.
Very
And in
There is
place
a
important.
of
YouTuber
soda,
that made a video. Sorry, I don't know if it's Anne Delicious Kitchen, but there's a YouTuber that does cooking recipes. She combines some leaves, some nice leaves, and
yeah,
then ginger, garlic, blended
I,
them,
I
and
did
then
I
made
did
them in
something like
cubes.
that. I did something like that over a year ago. Ginger
Mm.
paste,
Oh,
and I made
Yeah.
green paste as well. You can do all
Mm-hmm.
of the
yeah,
blend them, put
yeah,
them in ice
in
block
cubes.
container, freeze them.
Yes,
As you're cooking, you'll be throwing them into your recipes.
That's a
that
This
good
is
things are
idea.
very
exactly
simple.
Mm.
what she did.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a
She
good
added this
idea. Mm.
coriander, added this I've
Parsley
forgotten
leaves
the
and
leaf,
all of those.
parsley,
Yes. Yeah.
celery,
Mhm.
added all those things, and then
Make them in
ginger and garlic,
blend
blended
them.
them,
Mhm.
and then cubed them and put in the freezer. Whenever she wants to, she brings out a cube, throw into
Yes,
the
and throw
Mm.
pot,
into
and
what you're cooking.
that does
Yes.
the magic.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
and
Mm.
AA was saying that the problem we have is that we love cooking in a hurry these days. The fast one. We don't take our
Mm.
time to really prepare delicious meals anymore. It's all about
Yeah.
sharp, sharp, sharp. Which one will be the quickest meal so that I can run off, or
Mm.
so that I can go and do my YouTube, or go and create my content,
Mm.
or go wherever I'm gonna going to. No
Hey.
more patience in cooking in the kitchen. And that is
Mm.
so true. That is
Another
equally
thing
so
I
Yeah.
will
true.
say, host, before I step down is
Mm.
we
Mm.
should make our fruits and veggies, let them be our medicine. I keep saying
Mm-hmm.
it. That is what I preach in my juice channel.
Yeah.
Replace most of those soda with those drinks. They are very
Yes.
sweet,
Mm.
exceptionally sweet, without any addition. No
Yeah.
additives, just the natural state of orange. Your children
Mm.
will love it.
Mm.
Natural
Mm.
state of pineapple. If you can't eat pineapple raw because of the way it does to the tongue, you can drink the
Mm.
juice of it.
Mm.
Juice out
Yeah.
everything and drink it. Make it into smoothie, make it into juice. Replace the
Mm.
soda in your fridge with the colors. Children love colors, they're attracted to
Mm.
color. Carrot will give
Yeah.
you orange, it will give you carrot kind of orange color. Then orange will give you the bright yellow. Pineapple, the
Mm.
same. Mango.
Mm.
The variety, the list
Yes.
goes and on and on. I have another video coming up tomorrow about almond milk, whereby you can take
Whoa.
Oh.
animal
Yeah,
milk.
that's my
Take
best milk.
almond milk,
I
make
make
it
it
at
myself as
home.
well. Mm.
Yeah, make it at home. It's so
Yeah.
simple and easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very one of the simplest
Funke,
things to make.
yeah. Sorry, Funke was asking that the problem in Nigeria is power. How do we store them? Funke, you can make them into powder. You bring your garlic and your ginger, you blend it, spread it out. They have this machine, this small machine that they use to air dry some of these
The
veggies. You
machine
can
might
actually
not be
use it to
available for a lot of people, but they can use the
no, it
sun.
is
God,
very cheap. It's in Nigeria and very available, and it's affordable.
if you
It's
don't have it,
small.
you have God-given sun. Africa is blessed with sun, which I don't have
Some
right
people
now.
know, the problem with sun is sometimes there are some of these leaves you can't sun dry them. You can't put them under the sun directly. You're going to kill the nutrients. So you can dry them inside the house. But the problem some people are having is rodents and space. Maybe. So I think the best bet is if you can dry like the ginger and the garlic under the sun, though you're going to still lose a lot of the nutrients. But if you can afford that, but it is very cheap, it's not expensive. They have the cheaper ones now. You use it to dry them and then grind and then bottle them.
Yeah.
Don't grind too much so that it won't spoil, because you don't have preservative to add into
Preservatives,
it.
yeah.
So just make the ones that you can use up within 3 months, and then you begin to
Mm.
prepare another one.
Yeah.
All right, host.
Yeah.
Interesting topic. And my
Yes.
final thing
So.
before I step down, if you're a
Mm,
mother and you're here participating in this conversation, please, if you have children in your home, teach them how to cook. Don't wait
yeah.
until they are 18 before you start bringing them to the kitchen. The moment
Mm,
a child can turn the gas stove in your house, that child is ready to learn how to cook. So
mm,
far, she can turn the gas stove on and know how to turn it off, ready to start learning. Make the child understand that home meal food is nothing but delicious. It's
yeah.
better
The
than
best.
anything you can buy anywhere. When you
Mm,
go to McDonald's, they are using the same oil they used yesterday to make the one for today, the one for tomorrow. So all of that
Saturated
pile up,
oil.
you understand? And
yeah.
then it goes to the heart, it bothers the heart, it gives you the weight
Mm,
that you want to shed off. You add
yeah.
weight, and then you have the heart burns and all of that. We should
Mm,
not be embracing the Western culture and then forget the where we are coming from, how we are
yeah.
fed, how we are raised.
Mm,
Many people are now dying of heart diseases because of bad eating
too much. It's on the
habits back
increase.
home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
please, whatever you can do, if you have a sibling back home, let them get back to the drawing board on knowing how
Mm,
to teach their daughters how to cook. McDonald's, Cripsy, a finger food, what is it called again? Kentucky, whatever, all of those things. Those are not something that will
mm,
sustain anybody.
yeah. Once in a while, as a treat, yes.
As a
You know?
treat, not
Yes, once
not
in a
everyday
while.
meal. It shouldn't be
Aye.
staple meal. Staple
Mm,
meal, what you eat every time in your
yeah.
home. Make those ones. Then, if you want
Mm,
to give your children treats, yes, and then
yes.
cut your hands on Indomie. That
Yes.
is poison.
Indomie. Mm. Maybe I'm going to repost a video about Indomie because maybe the one
Yeah,
I did
Yeah.
before,
repost it. I will
I'm
share
going
it
to
again.
repost in a different version. I'm going to repost it because this
Mm.
Indomie, mm, hey,
It
something
is
that will
something
not
I don't
digest.
understand how people enjoy it. Oh,
Aye.
Yo-Yo, so I want to ask you, what's your take on also teaching? Because you mentioned mothers teaching their girl child. What about the boys? Are you saying just the girls or both gender?
No,
And then
No, both.
finally,
everybody.
your
Let,
take.
let, let
Okay,
me
your
give an
take on
example.
this idea of young guys of today, raising the bar and wanting the young ladies they intend to get married to go learn, because more and more guys are summoning the courage to request this from their girlfriends, that if I mean, after relationship of 2 3 4 years, then the man is waking up to say, before we tie the knot, you have to go meet my mother. She has to teach you how to take care of me, how to prepare certain meals the way I want it, the way I love it, before we can say I do.
Okay, I'm gonna start from the very first one. In as much as I'm canvassing and advocating for you people to teach their girl kids how to cook, boys as well should learn how to cook. I give an example here. What happened in my home, and what happened when I was about 13, 14, 15, within the age bracket where I told my mother, how come my brothers are not doing anything at home? Stuffs like that. To tell you that I didn't just start speaking my mind today. It has always been there. And I'm not shy. I don't shy away from saying what I feel that is right for
Mm.
anybody to do. Having said that, one thing happened when I came here about 5 years in the States. I had some visitors. They are Nigerian. From the wife is Imo, Owerri precisely. The man is Anambra. They came to visit me. The woman has two boys, two girls. By the time I finished serving them food, the boy jumped into my sink and was washing dishes. And this is a woman that when it comes to Imakwandai kind of women in our community, that is who she is. You understand? So I was like, no, leave the dishes. He said, no, auntie, I would do dishes at home. I said, are you kidding me? He said, yes, that they
Oh,
take turns. You do dishes this way, the other one does trash, this. That's how they do it. The woman said, yes. And then I'm on so everybody should participate because you eat.
wow.
And that's what people should inculcate into their raising their children. Let everybody know how, because you don't know where that child is going to tomorrow. He might go to
Mm.
international school abroad and will get to China and will not find any food to eat, but the little experience he gained from home might sustain him for that period. So it's very vital. And then for the man that is demanding that the girlfriend should go to his mother's place to learn how to, I will say that person is actually pushing the boundaries. Because if I happen to be in that shoes, I will tell you, Oga, you're not ready to be to be in a family way. If I've been cooking for you, if I come to visit, I cook, you enjoy my food. Now, because you think
Mm-hmm.
the best thing for us to do before we tie the knot is for me to go and live with, then you must well pack your things if you're living in the city and go back and live with your mother. Because the person has not made up his mind to grow up to be an independent person, to run his own course as a man, not depending on what you have enjoyed growing up from your mother. I'm not there to
Mm.
take the place of your mother. I'm there to be the better half of you. So we should come together to have, form a formidable force that will lead us to, forever after. Not going back to learn how, no, that let me know how to cook, not how your mother makes it. There are two different things. Let me know how to
Mm-hmm.
cook. And if I know how to cook and the food has been nice in your lips for the number of years we've courted, then learning how your mother make it, I can learn how your mother makes it, not for me to go and do that for 3 or 4 months. I will not advise any woman to do that, because the man is asserting control, which you must follow. And that is not a good thing when a relationship is just getting started.
Yeah. Whoa, thank you very much for this. I really appreciate that.
Mm.
Thank you, Yo Yo your ma. Yes,
Mm.
guys, you've heard it, and Mommy Fechi is here. We'll let her say her
All
final
right.
word
Bye,
before she
everybody.
usually
Thank you,
step
Mommy
down.
Fechi. Let me
Yeah,
step down.
thank you
Ma.
so much. Thank you
You
so
have
much for
been
your input.
amazing.
Yeah,
God
I
bless you,
think
Yo Yo.
yeah, I think what Oyoyo said is very correct. We cannot be asking. I think that's even recipe for disaster. Asking your wife or wife to be or whatever to go to your own mother to start learning this or start learning that. That is not a good idea at all. I think we should all start from the beginning when we are raising our children up to teach them these things. And by the time the lady is ready to get married, I'm sure she would have had basic knowledge of cooking. And then going to your husband's home, both of you can now work together. And because I know for women, we always want to do our own soup, in particular for me anyway. And then there must be something that the man, even the man asking you to go to their mother, what about the man? Why can't he do something? So both of you can cook and work together, because sometimes going to their asking the person to go to their mother's home to learn something, it can be bring insult. It might bring all sorts, and the lady might come back and the husband will still say, well, it's still not the same. Now there's comparison, and we don't need that. You don't need that kind of comparison.
Mm.
You want to be yourself. Everybody's food
Yeah.
will not be the same. Once you get the basics and you do what you can, then two of you work together, and with time things will improve. And maybe when you visit that your mother, yeah, she can be in the kitchen with her just as a help and just a fun, but not that she's gone there for weeks or months to learn. I think that's not right. I wouldn't encourage
Yeah.
that at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that's all I have to say.
Thank
And just to end is also what we have been saying tonight, because it's a big issue now. Fast food, please let us cut down. Some children go to school, they're so hyperactive, the teachers cannot control them because of all this food they've been eating and all the additives, and then added with soda. All those caffeine in there makes those children too hyperactive, and you wonder what is going on. So what we feed our children also um, determines how they settle in school and how they learn. So all these things, and something I want to say also is that if you bring your children up not liking sweet things, not always giving them sweet things, or even adding sugar to their drinks, they get used to that. Their taste buds gets used to not
you.
having a lot of sugar. And when you give them something sugary, they are like, yeah, that's too sweet, I can't have that, because they are not used to that. So what you start early to
Mm.
teach your children, yes, once you start early to teach them, honestly, sugar becomes like a poison in their taste buds because they're not used to it. Those of you with
Mm.
young children, try it. Try it from the beginning. They don't know any better.
Mm.
Whether you added sugar or you didn't, they
Oh.
don't even know. If they're used to having it without, honestly, try it. If they go somewhere and somebody added sugar to the same thing, they will reject that because they're not used to it. And that who has won?
Yeah.
You, the parents. So please
Mm.
let us just do our best. Yeah. So that's what
This
I'm going to
is
top it
so
now.
true.
Mm.
This is
Yeah,
so true because I have tried it well for
yeah,
several years. I
yeah,
dislike anything sweet, anything
yes,
sugar, anything
yeah,
artificial sugar. If it's
yeah.
not fruit, the natural fruit like mango, orange, the natural one, anything artificial sugar. That's why I don't do tea. This Bonvita, Milo kind of, it's not my thing. I don't eat bread. I wean myself off to the point that anytime I eat it, maybe
Yes,
I take a snack. I don't enjoy it. And when I
yeah,
came to Brazil, I was telling my husband I can't. What I
yeah.
managed to do is to get organic honey so that I can use it to take my lemon, ginger, this natural leaf tea, not the other kind of tea. You know, Nigeria, when you say tea, it means Milo and milk, Bonvita and
Mm.
milk and sugar. No, these other herbs, the natural tea, which is maybe ginger, lemon, apple cider vinegar, different leaves. So I just add a teaspoon of that organic honey. So, but each time I take any other thing outside that I
Yeah,
don't feel comfortable, I don't
because
like
your
it. I,
taste
I
buds.
feel
Yeah,
urged
yeah,
taking it. So you're right about
yeah,
raising
yeah,
children to love the natural one so
yeah.
that when
They'll
when
get
they
used to
go
it.
out there and they are fed with artificial sugar, they will not like it, they will never enjoy it, and they
Mm.
won't be craving. Because one thing with artificial sugar and sweetener is it makes you crave for more. The
Yeah,
more you
yeah,
consume, the more you crave for more, and it is very dangerous for our
yeah.
health.
That's
Mm.
it. That's it.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much,
Funke.
mommy.
Funke, that's very good. That's very good to see. Brilliant. Okay, I'm going to step down now because it's almost my bedtime. And good night, everyone.
Good night, mommy. Thank you so
Okay.
much for your time. I really
Okay.
appreciate you. I
Okay,
love
my
you.
dear. Bye bye.
Good
Love
night.
you too. Bye
Yeah,
bye.
bye
Bye.
bye. Bye. Yeah. So, guys, yeah, Funke is asking, what are we gonna call this? IT or internship? I think we should call it 4 months IT. The sad thing is, more and more guys are requesting for this. This is like the final examination before they will consider you wife material. You must go learn how to add ogiri into your soup. You must go learn how to use grinding stone to grind pepper, ginger, and garlic in the village or with momsy wherever she is. You must go learn how to pound pounded yam or fufu, even if the man wants to have it 12 midnight. You must go learn how to dobale, lie down to welcome your husband. You must go learn how to, apart from cooking, you must go learn how to pamper the king. You must learn everything that needs to be learned on how to take care of the odogu of your life, that husband. And then, like the question that young lady asked, what would the man be learning? And she suggested that if that be the case, maybe since I'm a princess coming from my father's royal kingdom, the man needs to go meet my father to teach him how to take care of me as a queen. Maybe if we begin to do it that way, peace is going to reign. It's going to, it's going to be a 50-50 thing. So because the demand on women is just too much. In as much as we all here agree that it is very important for a woman to learn how to cook, not just learning how to cook, learning how to prepare delicious, healthy meals. It is still not wrong for a man to equally learn how to do these things. There is nothing wrong with a man learning how to cook, learning how to care for his family in case of any eventuality, in case of anything. What if this woman is down? What if she's not home? What if anything goes wrong? What if anything happens? What happens? What becomes of the children? Are they going to starve, or the man will feed them with junk? So cooking is a surviving skill. It's a survival skill. It is for everyone, both gender. Yes, as an African woman, it is something very important that you must learn how to cook, especially when you're getting married to an African man. If you're going to marry Oyibo, or you are married to a white person, to a white man, fine. If you choose not to learn how to cook, the man may not worry because his culture is different from our culture. His culture, he was raised to equally help out cooking all this mede. Okay, cooking is not just for women alone in Western culture, but in Africa, please, we know it is majorly the role of a wife. But that doesn't stop a husband from equally learning in order to support the wife. Apart from cooking, other domestic chores, cleaning the house, washing. If you don't have washing machine, from time to time, help out your wife with the kids' clothes. It's not going to kill anyone. It's not going to cost an arm or a leg. It is you supporting your beloved wife. You love that woman. You don't want her to age quickly. You don't want her to get so tired. You don't want her you don't want her to begin to have arthritis and waist pain at early age. Please help out. And as for us women, those men who are trying their best to support us in the kitchen and house chores, learn to appreciate. Learn to say thank you. Not every man out there does those things. So if you have a man who comes from time to time to help out, please appreciate him. Even if the food may not taste as tasty as yours, may not be as delicious as yours, the very fact that he came out to do it, please still appreciate his effort. It means a lot. For those guys who are requesting right now that women begin to do IT or industrial training or internship with their mother-in-law to be before they, of course, they need to pass the examination, the final examination, before they will, propose. Please, I don't think this is right. There are different ways a woman can learn how to cook. You can teach her if you have learned from your mother. Because if you have learned from your mother, you will not have any need sending a woman to go learn from your mother. So if you have learned from your mother, you can teach your wife with love. Like I said it initially, my father taught my mother some of the things she knows how to prepare today. My elder brother cooks so well. And whenever, small shakara set from the wife, he will bounce into the kitchen, prepare food, bring out, everybody will eat. And there won't be quarrel. So if your wife is unhappy or you have misunderstanding and she has said, nobody's eating in this house, please, you can go to the kitchen and prepare something for your children so they don't starve. Madam can wait. So it's a survival skill. It is not just for you alone, for your children. Remember, this is marriage. This is not just a relationship. So if you're sending your woman to go be with your mother to learn how to cook, you are already setting them up. This is how you set them up for battle from the beginning. Because two women who, the relationship has not been established. And then you're asking a young lady to go be with your mother to learn all these things in order to take care of you. What are you equally learning as a man to be able to take care of that woman? She's someone's daughter. What effort are you putting in to add value into her own life? Do you think she doesn't have her own needs? Do you think she doesn't have her priorities and preferences too? She has them. But this demand, I feel, is to the extreme. And I don't want young guys to begin to make this request, because at the end of the day, it's going to ruin a lot of relationships. You can't be in a relationship with a lady without telling her, unless the young lady herself agrees to it. Make sure you spell it out from the day one. Do not go into a relationship with a woman spending time 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and then 5 years, like my fancy, you wake up and then decide that it is time for her to go and do internship with your mother. That is so wrong. That is not right at all. Cheke TV, thank you so much, Wanyama. I really appreciate you for coming, and thank you for the thumbs up if you have dropped it. Thank you. Some Igbo men too like food, though, and some have tasted jollof rice. Yes, I know some have tasted jollof rice, and I have one who is always telling me, I ate Nigerian jollof rice, and then of course last Sunday I made delicious jollof rice for them. They came around and I hosted them to jollof rice, and they were all from United Kingdom. So it was really awesome for them to taste it, and they were like, oh my God, can I have some more? I said, look at the table is there. I prepared this jollof rice for you all. And it was a thing of pride for me to show off my culinary skill. To show off, let me not tabula I don't want to buy my top. It was a thing of pride, that I showed off how much I can cook, the delicacies I can prepare, and they so enjoyed, because I prepared different things for them. Make sure they tasted Naija food. And it's equally a thing of pride for my husband whenever the friends come around and I quickly go into the kitchen, prepare something, delicious, our native delicacy. They eat and they're like, whoa, my Oga, you are enjoying, When I listen to them hailing, Oga, you are enjoying, I say, yes, that is why he married me. He knows what he wanted. So, Oga, you enjoy, so this is what you eat every day here. Some of us have not seen this food for the past 5 years. We've not seen this, we've not eaten this for the past 10 years. And then because they are married to Njiocha, they are married to Brazilians. So whenever I hear them say these things, it makes me feel, there's this pride, there's this joy. And then I'm like, yes, keep saying, madam, well done. I enjoy that. So please learn how to cook. It is a survival skill for both gender. And for those women who will say cooking is not gender specific. So if I can't cook, my husband should know how to cook. Please, madam, you have children. Let us keep this wokeness aside. Learn how to cook. We have YouTube, Instagram. There are different platforms where you can learn how to cook. If you cannot learn how to cook online, please go register with any of these catering schools. They have short courses. There are some you can do for 1 month. There are others you can even do for 2 months, depending on what you want to learn. And even if you can't register with any of these catering schools, please consult friends who know how to prepare this food. Even if it's a neighbor who knows how to prepare, make inquiries, ask questions. The most important thing is that you want to please your husband. You want to make him happy. There is nothing wrong with a woman going out of her way to satisfy her family. There is nothing wrong with a woman going out of her way to please her husband. There is nothing wrong with that. Let us keep wokeness aside. This is the problem. And like the guy said, in as much as I don't totally agree with him, we have a problem. Our problem is wokeness. Wokeness. A woman wants to just sit down and buy food year in, year out. How do you spend money that way? It is very expensive. These foods don't come cheap. They don't come cheap. You go and order for 5 kg of soup now. They tell you how much. I have a friend who does this business. I usually do it here in Brazil from time to time. So imagine somebody buying food all the time. You buy egusi soup, you buy ogbono soup, you buy bitter leaf, you buy pepper soup, jollof rice, goat meat, fried meat, all those things. Come on. Won't you be ashamed that your children will grow up, all they eat is bought food you bought from different eateries, from different restaurants and different canteens. Some even eat mama food. You ask Iya Basira to prepare a big pot of stew and then you load it into your freezer. Sometimes you need to go check where they prepare this food. You will cry. When you see where they prepare this food, you will weep. Very unhygienic environment. So wokeness and eyelashes generation don't want to cook us. Is it just eyelashes? Long nail generation. We just keep our hand like this. With our eyelashes like as if we want to fly away. This is not wokeness. Wokeness is in your brain. Wokeness is in your abilities, your capabilities, what you can do. That is where wokeness lies. Not in buying food and feeding your children with junk. Both men and women should learn how to cook. Men do not leave it only for your wife. Wives, please, very important. There is no two ways about it. The fact that you're going to be married to an African man, please learn his meal. When you already started dating that guy and you know that this may likely lead to the altar, please start asking questions. If it's an Urobo food, let's say for instance, owo and starch, you don't know how to prepare it as an Igbo man, as an Igbo lady, and you want to marry an Urobo person who enjoys owo and starch, go and start learning how to prepare owo and starch or banga soup. And learn food of your spouse. You don't have to wait until you are even married before you begin to learn this thing. It's not just for him alone. It is equally for you. Add things. You are adding delicious meals to your meal timetable. It doesn't have to be just rice, beans. Learn different delicacies. There are a lot of healthy meals we have in Nigeria. God blessed us with delicious delicacies. We are blessed. So why don't you just, add feathers to your cap? Learn different delicacies from other tribes. And then when you are dating someone you already engaged, you're already planning marriage, and you don't know how to cook his food, is an error as a woman. It is an error as a woman. The wedding bell is about to be rang. You're about walking down the aisle and you don't know how to prepare 1, 2, or 3 of his delicacy. It is an error. You are getting it wrong. When do you want to learn? When do you want to start learning? When do you want to start preparing it? You settle with jollof rice and beans only, or you settle with rice and stew. And then you feed the man with just what your own delicacy. How about giving the man a treat, his own delicacy once in a while? Marriage is a union between two people. Two people, meet yourselves halfway. Do not leave it or relinquish it to one person alone. Do not be selfish and self-centered in the kitchen, preparing only what you know how to eat, what you know, forgetting that you have a man who came from somewhere he loves, their native delicacy. You don't give him that, and you say you don't know how to cook it. If you don't know how to cook it, please begin to learn. Ask neighbors that are from that place. Ask friends. Ask friends, or go online. Register with any online class. You can even do it online. Register with them. Let us do things that will help our marriage work. Let us do things that will make our marriage beautiful. Let us do things that will, bring peace at home instead of this conflict left, right, and center. Marriages are crashing. Every blessed day you go online, you come online, you must hear of one marriage that have crashed or the other, apart from celebrity marriage. Well, if these are just celebrity marriage, what about countless number of marriages? Young wives, marriage 6 months, 1 year, they're already packing up. Until we learn to be selfless, until we learn to be selfless with our love, unconditional with our love, this thing called marriage will not work out. So guys, please, the marriage is not just for you, it is for her. Learn certain things. Learn to help out. Learn to lift a finger. Do not sit down, cross your leg, and wait for Jackie to come and finish herself. That's someone's daughter. That is someone's princess there. Somebody's princess that you're turning into a slave. Like we said, like I think Oyoyo was mentioning it, or who was mentioning it in the stream here. Some people train the housemaids. They get house help. House help learned how to prepare everything, whereas their children cannot lift a finger to prepare anything. They can't do any house chores. You are rendering them useless. When they grow up and become independent, how will they survive without you? As you're training another person's child, you have a child to train. What are you doing to impact positively in the life of that child? This is the reason a lot of young ladies will proudly come on Instagram, come on Twitter and tweet, I have never done any chores. Since I grew up, I have never lit a stove. Since I grew up, I have never boiled water. It is the reason, because this is the truth and nothing but the truth. All you do is house help, house help, house help, house help, house help, house help, from one house help to the other. You don't pay attention. You forgot that your children are going to be independent one day. And when they become independent, what happens? Can they survive without you? When they find themselves in a strange land, in another place, with another man from another tribe or another race, how would they survive? So you see them on TikTok bragging, I was raised a princess. And we had maids all through. So why would a man force me to cook? Why would a man ask me to cook? Why would a man compel me? Why would a man, want me to cook his meal? Cooking is not my thing. It's not your thing. And it's not your thing. What are you going to eat? What would you feed your children? You continue from where your parents stopped, buying food every weekend to stock the house. Every weekend, your deep freezer is loaded with another woman's food. That is why some side chicks are not smiling. They know the moment they get hold of one man, the man is a money bag, the man is a good man, and they know the weight the man's stomach, analogy, they will snatch the man from you. Because they already know, program their mind, what does this man want? I will give him anything. I will do anything for him. And then you are there. You keep your finger like this, very long. You keep your lashes like this, as if you are a bird. Side chick will take over. And then you come on social media to cry. These husband snatchers. Husband snatchers here and there. Auntie, what did you do to keep your husband? Do you know the way to his stomach? Do you know the way to your husband's stomach? Let us be wise. Let us do the needful. Let us protect our home. Men, do your bit and let your wife do her part. Even those that shielded their daughters and thought they were punishing their stepdaughters by walking them to the bone, but we're actually preparing them for life. God bless you. So true. They punish, they think they are punishing. They are learning. Of course, this stepdaughter may be thinking this is punishment until she grows up. There's this young lady that said this thing. She said all she knew was work. But today she's so proud she did all those things, that her stepmother made her go through that prepared her for life, that made her become an independent, strong lady. Today she is who she is because of her stepmother, and she pitied her stepsisters. So let's help ourselves. This is marriage. It's a union between two people, a man and a woman, not just for the woman alone. So slave queens, because wake up before you cry husband snatchers. Before you know, they come on social media, of course, especially on Instagram, to come and cry out like night witches. They will start crying out like night witches. The side chick has taken my husband. Side chick this, side chick that. Protect your home. Give your children the best meal. Take care of your husband. And for husbands, there are some side cocks that are not smiling now. They are in your wife's DM right now. They are there telling her, madam, you don't have to stress yourself like this. You are a beautiful woman. All you need is a man that will care and take care of you. You need a man that will pamper you. You are a queen. How can you? Come on. Your husband doesn't know the value of what he has. Come on, let's elope. Let's go to paradise. And they are using sweet mouth. One day, the woman will look at that broom she's using to sweep the house one day and say, I am tired of this of her head. Oh. Not be only me come. Not be only me come life. Oh. And she will decide to go. Even though some of them will know are deceivers. Nobody is praying for that. But all I'm advocating here is, please meet yourselves halfway. This is marriage. Women, go and learn how to cook. And stop this. You are from a rich home. You are from a wealthy home. They are here on YouTube. They are here on YouTube. Always forming ajabota. Auntie, ajabota will not put food as in healthy meal on your table. You keep your hand like this, forming ajabota. You are a princess. Princess of England. I mean, princess of which kingdom? You never lifted the broom to sweep. So therefore, your house must be a dustbin. Your husband doesn't have money for washing machine. What will happen to your clothes? Or you wear and throw away? Please. Wokeness has not helped anyone. And trust me, it is not helping my gender in this era. Wokeness is ruining more and more marriages. My gender, wake up. Wokeness is ruining our homes. Let us tell ourselves the truth. As we know how to make up, we know how to do 69, we know how to do snake and the monkey shadow. We know, was it our mother who taught us that? Our mother did not teach us snake and the monkey shadow. They didn't teach us how to sing, how to use microphone and sing. They didn't teach us snake and the monkey, neither did they teach us scorpion style. They never taught us scissors or waterfall, but we know all these things. Why? Because we want to please the men. We want to spice up our marriages. We want to spice up our marriage. That is why we are learning all these things. We learn these things because we want our marriage to be beautiful. So the same way you learn snake and the monkey shadow, you learn how to do cowgirl and reverse cowgirl. The same way you learn how to raise your leg and hang it on the ceiling. Please go and learn how to cook. You go and learn how to cook, because it's the same energy. In fact, even in the bedroom, you waste so much energy practicing different styles. Who taught you how to sing with microphone? Did you go to your mother to teach you? No. You are a princess. Do they teach princesses how to sing with microphone? No. So there are certain things you don't have to wait for your mother. You don't have to wait for your auntie or anyone to teach you. You go and search. When you are hungry for something, you research for that thing. When you're hungry for something, you go and search for it. You look for it. Because you know the value of that thing which you are looking for that knowledge which you are seeking, you know the value. You decided to learn all these styles. Why? Because you want to keep your husband to yourself. You don't want any side chick to go and try one snake and the monkey shadow and snatch him away. That same way, please understand that men like good food. Wokeness no reach there. The man may allow you buy food for some time. certain period of time. After a while, he will get tired of allowing you buy food. That's when the complaints start. When complaints start, he will not talk too much. The next thing, he will go and look for side chick. Before you say Jack Robinson, they will go and do backyard marriage. They will go and do secret marriage. The next thing will come and hear on Instagram, they snatched my husband. My husband did a secret marriage. And see, we do not know what happened behind closed doors before your husband went for that secret marriage. We don't know what has been going on before your husband decided to go for secret marriage. So please, let's save as many homes as we can. Go and seek for that knowledge. Oh, thank you so much, Cornelius, for this super chat. I really appreciate you, sweetheart. Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. God bless you. That's my husband gingering my swagger. That's why I call him Odogu. When I call him Odogu, it's for a reason. Odogu Kobu. And I take care of him, and he equally takes care of me. Because in marriage, you have to be selfless. You have to think about your spouse. You have to think about you have to put them first. Put them the same way you love yourself. Love your family that way. Because if you love your family, you will not want to give them junk. So I was watching a video on Instagram yesterday. Somebody posted one of these eateries video on Instagram. You need to see where they prepare, where they wash the plates they use and the pots. It was from a running water. My God, I don't want to call the name of the eatery because maybe some of you have patronized them. You need to see that. You need to see where they are washing the dishes. I wept. And I said, one woman will go selling. Please, I need like 10 kilos of egusi soup, 10 kg egusi soup, 10 kg vegetable soup, snail, pepper soup, fish. This. You don't know where they wash the pots they are using to prepare all those things. How they are being prepared. The spices used, the seasoning used. Look, these days, the sachets we see in the market, they have oporoko seasoning. It is not real oporoko. They have the seasoning, but it is not. It is just the scent, the seasoning, just to make the soup taste, make the soup smell like oporoko. They have sachet ogiri. They have sachet crayfish, sachet hunger chicken, and the rest of it. Chicken seasoning, beef seasoning, goat seasoning, prawn seasoning. Everything is all, in fact, the flavor. Not because they use that thing to cook. It is flavor. People are researching. They know that some people are lazy. They don't want to go get the rating. They want that one that when they are cooking it here, somebody in the next 10 block will be perceiving it, whereas it is artificial. Please go to the market. If you don't know how to prepare all this meal, learn. Learn. Be open to learning. Be hungry to learn. Do you know the joy of watching your children lick their fingers after eating your meal? Have you seen the way your children relish your meal? Have you taken time to look at your husband's expression, facial expression when he's licking his fingers after eating your meal? It's a satisfaction on his own. It's something that gives him joy. You are hearing, the joy that comes from that, this satisfaction, it should prompt you, it should push you, it should encourage you. Go out there, please. The only person who can no longer learn is somebody in the grave. So long as you are alive, no matter the age, you should be open to learning. There is no pride there. And if you know within you, you love this young guy that wants you to go learn from his mother, and you can't take the lesson from her, please, by all means, if you can, do so. Go to her. Let her teach you how to take care of her son. Let her teach you how to prepare these delicacies. If you can even come live and come show us. Today, guys, I will be prepping my husband's best delicacy with his mother. Come on YouTube. Come on Instagram. Come on Facebook. People are going to watch. And there are those who will clap. And there are those who will enjoy it. And some will be encouraged. There is nothing wrong with that, okay? But you must be ready to, you must be patient. You must be ready to learn with your head brought down. Before you know, you start frowning. My mother-in-law said, hey, I didn't add enough. I didn't pound this thing well. I didn't do this. No complaint. Make sure it is willingly from your heart. Because if you're doing it willingly, you're going to do it with so much joy. Like I said initially, for guys who are raising the bar for themselves right now, wanting their wives or their women to be, their wives to be, to go learn, please do not waste someone's daughter's time. That time you met her, that you guys are gisting, after the hello, hi, after the I like you, my baby, I like you. You look like a wife material to me. Please, the next thing you should tell her is, I like eating pounded jam 12 p.m. I like apple and ofonugu. Do you know how to cook them? No. Can you go to my mother if I ask you? Can you learn it from my mother? Make sure so that you don't waste someone's time. Okay, why in a gaga? Don't stay and waste your time for years, only for you to wake up one morning when you are already prepped. Card is out. Wedding card is out already. You have 3 months. Or maybe you already picked a date that, before Easter or by Easter, we'll be traveling to the village. I want to go and do smarting on top of your head. By Easter, this is January. Please tell her this January. Tell her this January that this is it. Oh. You don't wait when you know that it's almost time for the wedding. You now start telling her, giving her these conditions. And you want her to meet the condition after wasting her time. No young lady is going to take it. Of course, she will be so unhappy. She will be so unhappy. So I beg you, young guys, in the name of God, those of you who are supporting this, I have no problem with that. But please, let it be early enough so that you don't take courses. Because some women can actually curse you. After wasting my time for 5 years, you now come and start telling me that you cannot do me, like the case of Fancy. I can go and do other men. This is it, too. This is another problem. It is another problem that young guys are beginning to, come up with one crazy condition. Nobody says your condition is bad. You already know what you want from a woman. You know what you want. Nobody is saying no. This is what you want. But please, make sure she's informed early enough to avoid stories that touch the heart. Bottle will begin to fly up and down. So please, cooking is not just for one person. Husband, help your wife. Wife, go and learn. The same place, that's one place online, that place you are learning how to do all those things. Those things, that place you are learning how to do those mini wana, where you are learning them. Go and search how to make banga soup, how to make owo soup, how to make edikaikon soup, how to make afang soup, how to make atama, nsala soup, bitali soup, egusi soup, ogbono soup, okra, banga, anything. Go and learn those things. You are adding feathers to your cap. It doesn't reduce you as a woman. It empowers you the more. It doesn't reduce you. Doesn't belittle you as a wife. Instead of every month, I know someone that says every month 100,000 kg because the person doing the cooking uses one full goat to prepare different pots of soup for her. 100,000 every month to make soup. 100,000 every month. Now Nigeria. I know things are expensive now, but this thing is years ago. About 5 years ago, 100,000. That is what this cook collects from her. The cook is my friend. This is what she collects every month to prepare different pots of soup, 3 pots of soup, and then pepper soup. They make pepper soup, make a snail, and all those things. And the woman knows how to cook very well. She knows this is a career, this is a job for a lot of people. This is a job. But it's still, even if you're going to patronize these people, let it be that you are doing it once in a while. It shouldn't be a habit formed. Once in a while, let's say you're traveling and you want to just keep something, delicious for your family, and you can't cook it. You're traveling, you're not around, or you are weak, or you are sick, or something happened. Once in a while, you can treat yourself to that, but it shouldn't be a habit. Let your children see you as their mother in the kitchen. Let them learn from you. If you didn't learn from your mother, please let your children learn from you. Do not recycle it. Do not continue the mistake. If peradventure you didn't learn from your mother for a reason that is no fault of hers, do not repeat that mistake. Do not carry it on. Do better than your mother did if she failed you. But if your mother was not available to give you that tutorial, that teaching, please, now that you have learned it, do not make your children suffer the same fate as you have suffered. You equally can eat good food. Does your mouth forbid good food? Does your mouth, your taste bud, does it forbid good, delicious food? It doesn't forbid it. So why can't you just learn how to cook so that you can equally enjoy it and be proud of yourself that you are able to prepare this meal and serve your family? That you're able to. Thank you. A glass of wine for your marvelous effort. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so a glass of wine. Yeah, you can drop the glass of wine. You can drop it here. So, guys, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And like we always say on our live stream, if you cannot give a thumbs up, you can do a super chat. If you cannot do a super chat, you can also do a super sticker, and you can share out the stream so that more people can watch it, and it's gonna impact into their lives positively. Let it impact into their lives. We are here to support. We are here to help, encourage. We are here to help one another. We are here to spread love and not it. We are here to learn every day. And may God help us, because the purpose of this daily is for our marriages to work out. Marriage is beautiful. I am not happy when I see young wives that should stay in their husband's house complaining about their husband's cheating. You are still very young. In your 20s, your husband is already cheating. As a man, you married a fresh queen, a very young, succulent woman, and you're already cheating. You're in your 30s. When are you going to stop cheating? Fix that problem today. Look into your marriage. What is that loophole there? Fix it. They say a stitch in time saves 9. A stitch in time. Say, look, what is that loophole in your marriage? Is it something within your power? Is it something you can fix? Go ahead and fix it. Drop pride aside. Drop ego aside. It doesn't help. 2 captains cannot pilot a ship. 2 people cannot be the head. Neither are we ever going to have 2 necks. Love is beautiful. Marriage is beautiful. Do your best the way you can, and do not copy. And for men, lastly, before I go, can you guys stop comparing us to your mothers? Stop comparing us. Your mother has her place. We have our place. Comparison doesn't help. It doesn't help anyone. So stop comparing. Teach us what we don't know if you know it. Our mother's eras, yes, the era is different from our era. We are learning. The same way our mothers learned from their own from their own mothers. Every generation have what they are better, what they are very good at. Our mothers during their time, they have what they are very good at. They have what they are very proud of. Their era is then. This is our era. Appreciate us. Whatever we cook and bring out, so long as it is sweet, please stop reminding us that your mother did better. Your mother can do this better. Your mother worked like Jackie and she never broke her back. Why are you complaining? My mother did this. My mother, this is what a lot of guys, sing day and night on their wife. They want to, they just choke their wives with this. Now, if you eat my mother's egusi soup, if you eat my mother's vegetable, if you eat my mother's, yes, I agree that our mothers know how to cook. Mandina Mahes, even those who don't know how to cook, we agree they all know how to cook. All our mothers are A class when it comes to cooking. In fact, they are the best chef in the whole world when it comes to cooking. Our mothers are just perfect in everything. But please, we are equally mothers to some children. The same way you think your mother is the best, the same way our children equally think we are the best. So cut us some slack. Give us some breathing space and stop this comparison. It doesn't help. Rather, it makes your wife feel like you don't appreciate her little effort. Can you be like our fathers as a husband? Are you making effort to be like our fathers? What are you doing to be like our fathers? Our fathers were not sharing bills. Why are we sharing bills with you? Let me sit down, do business. Our fathers, some of them were very good, very quiet. You don't hear their voice. Even if our mothers scream from the rooftop from now to tomorrow, some of our fathers will not say a word. But you, before you say Jack, you come on Instagram and start giving us updates. You go on Twitter, you give us updates. You come on WhatsApp status, you give us updates. You come on Facebook, you give us updates. You shout more than a market woman. You quarrel more than a market woman. Are you like our fathers? If you want to start comparing us with our mothers, there is no room for comparison. Our mothers are queens in their own. They have reigned, or some of them are still reigning in their own kingdom. We are queen. We are the present queen in your life. And until you all know this, you will not know peace. Know this and know peace. We are queens in our own era. Appreciate that. Show us that love and that support. And stop comparing us with your mother. Your mother was using ogiri. Some of us can't find ogiri today. Your mother used correct ogiri to prepare bitterleaf soup. Some of us can't find ogiri. Do you blame the woman that was using using ginger and garlic? Maybe she couldn't find ogiri and she thought it's the same. That's just on a lighter note. But seriously, there are certain ingredients that our mothers use. You see this smoked meat, when they use correct smoked meat to cook soup, the taste is not, the taste is heavenly. Smoked fish, correct ogiri. They use very, very good organic ingredients and spices. Today, we don't, for you to get these organic things, they are very expensive. So please give us a little bit of breathing space. How many people can find ogiri abroad? Some can't find ogiri. I have not seen ogiri since I came here, apart from the ogiri I came with. I have not seen it for years. Sometimes these things are very, very expensive. Correct okoroko, correct azụ amilani, very good dried fish and dried meat. When they use it to cook, very healthy, organic leaves, not GMO leaves. Ogiri, fermented melon. They call it fermented melon. It's a native, a local seasoning. Local seasoning, very tasty. They use it to prepare ora soup or bitterleaf soup. Mostly the Anambra people use it. It smells. It has this pungent smell. You know, it smells. But then when you use it to prepare soup, the aroma can actually invite unwanted visitors to your house to come and eat. After eating, you lick your hand. It's very nice. But some of us can't find it. Today it's called fermented melon. People use it. Fermented melon. It's very nice. You are dozing, Queen. All right, so no problem. Good night. So this is just me rounding it up. Okay, thank you everyone for your time here. I really appreciate you. God bless you. God bless you for your time. God bless you for the thumbs up. God bless you, sweetheart, for the super chat. God bless you for your support, everyone. Spicy family, you guys are the best. Your love and support is top notch. God bless you. I do not take it for granted. And for those of you coming to replay this stream, thank you so much. Do not forget to drop the thumbs up. And if you can share out the stream for more people to hear this message. Okay, I appreciate every one of you. Olufunke, I know it's pretty late where you are, and there's AE29, AA, Mommy Fechi. It is pretty late where you guys are, but you're still here supporting me. You're still here showing me love. Please, I know that this girl here is grateful, and I do not take this for granted at all. God bless you so much. Thank you, everyone. And delicious kitchen, thank you. You're always here to support me. Beth, thank you so much. Beth, Olufunke, yeah, thank you so much. Ujunwa and Yoma, God bless you. Thank you. Oyoyo, you are a darling. Thank you so much for your love and support. James, thank you so much for that thumbs up. AE29, yeah, thank you so much. Be the care with Kes is also in UK and it's pretty late. Thank you so much. Guys, I know it's late, but you are still here. Thank you so much. Longzy, thank you. Tanya Brown, you are amazing. God bless every one of you here. I really do appreciate you. Longzy Souls, it's pretty late and you're here. Thank you. God bless you. Let's call it a day, and I will do this again tomorrow, same time, on Love Night with Spice. I really appreciate you. This is me signing out saying good night, everyone. Love you all. Really, really do. Really love you guys. Spicy families, you are the best. Love you all. So I'm going to leave you guys with this music, Peace of Mind. I'm looking for it. One moment. Peace of mind. Let me see. Is this it? Bye, everyone. Thank you. Oh, 2214 here. Thank you. Bye, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. I'm trying to connect my music. I guess we'll not play this music tonight because I'm seriously looking for it. I can't find it. But hey, I'm going to sign out that way, okay? Let's do this again tomorrow, same time. Yeah. You know you let me do that. Please give me peace of mind. Please give me peace of mind. Good night, everyone. Thank you. You give me peace of mind. You give me peace of mind. You give me peace of mind. Yes, yes, I need you because I want you. You're the only one for me. I'm coming home after the party. To burn. Bye, everyone. I want you because I know you got me. And you're my company. Anytime I call you, you can turn up. And you always come through for me. Peace of mind, yeah. You make me feel just like the ocean. Hey, mommy is still here. Thank you. Please give me peace of mind. Please give me peace of mind. Thank you. Good night. You give me peace of mind. You give me peace of mind. Little of my worries, little of my problems. Olufunke, God bless you. You give me peace of mind. Bye, everyone.